I am Mark, your kind and generous dungeon master, and if you are sitting comfortably, we'll begin. Our heroes are aboard the good ship Balamarash, which is actually the good ship Amistine, which is actually crewed by renegade Elan fleeing an order of Sarnacists known as the Order. This works out well for our heroes because they're trying to put a stop to a sonic interference field created by the Order, who have harnessed the power of an ancient artifact called the Sarnatrix to fuck up Sarnax for everyone, because they're dicks. Thankfully, our heroes have learned that lore on how to destroy the Sarnatrix can be found in the ruined fortress of Akarakle, and they are now en route there aboard the aforementioned good ship Amistine. While they seek Akarakle, their old friend Morgazh went looking for the Order's headquarters, a lost citadel called Dasarachi's. But only 2 days ago, our heroes received a tortured psychic message from Morgazh that ended in a terrible mental scream. Now they find themselves truly alone. Ahead, Akarakle awaits, but beyond that lies an uncertain future. The boards of the Amistine creak around you. The darkness in the hold is stifling. The heat of the day outside, a constant oppression that seeks to work its way into the ship and roast you all. Bingle Bangle, you have made your way up to the quartermaster's quarters and back down into the hold with some fresh water and fresh victuals for your companions. Chewing on a little bit of dried erdlu as you make your way back down. It's very, very dark down here. You can hear Ra snoring. The rest of your companions are up on the deck in discussions with Captain Alvarius. But you know that Tick-Tick likes a little bit of fresh meat first in the morning. So you've worked your way back into the hold to give him the kind of awakening that he likes. As you move through the dark bulkheads into the lower cargo deck where you and your companions have been quartered, you round the corner to the stall where Tick-Tick had set up his little nest. He's not there. In fact, in his place, there is this great glistening object. You're not sure whether it's plant or animal. It's certainly organic. Enormous, gently pulsating sac made of a deep reddish-green chitinous material. Within it, you can see things fluttering and moving, and there's this kind of low noise that echoes from within it. The fuck?
I know, right? I'm not going near it, though. It's not attaching itself to my face.
Why don't you take a close look inside the large, leathery, egg-shaped object?
Okay, so...
And I'll drag you.
Is that Tick-Tick, or is that like
Tick-Tick's
Tick-Tick's child? Like, what's going on? Is he a dad? I don't get it.
It should be pointed out this thing is about 12 feet long.
What? Oh no.
Oh, he found a sleeping bag.
Oh, cute.
So if you look on Roll20, basically that's kind of down here in the hold. If you remember, the lower level of the Amistine was originally set up for transporting Crodlu and similar livestock, and you've each taken one of these little compartments to rest in. And exactly where Tick-Tick was resting, there's just, I don't know, like a giant pus sack. It's kind of hard to tell, actually.
Okay. Well, I would like to not deal with this by myself. Although I just remembered that I have a special power. I can speak to insects. So, I mean, could I try to talk to this thing, Tick-Tick, whatever it is, through the membrane? Perhaps.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if it's him, his consciousness should still be in there somewhere. So
I guess so.
That's going to be a normal D20 roll, or if you've set up your Roll20 character sheet, you can just click on the psychic power.
Yes, it's on here.
Dwarf, no, we did not figure out who had what magic items, so we're going to need to do that at some point.
All right. Where would I find it? Attributes?
There's a Psionics tab, but if you haven't set it up properly, just roll me a D10. You need a 10 or higher.
Okay, D10.
Sorry, a D20, a 10 or higher.
D20.
A D10, 10 or higher. Yeah, good luck.
Nope.
Kind and generous. No. Unfortunately, you fail to penetrate whatever strange membrane it is, and there might be a mind in there. If there is, it's not in any state that you're able to contact.
Okie dokie then. Right. I'm just gonna shimmy back on upstairs to find my other companions so they can help me out.
Okay. So up on the main deck, Matthias and Portek and Tin are with Captain Ulvarius. He's on the rear deck with the navigator Koblin. And I hate it when you can't penetrate the strange membrane. It's just the worst.
Oh, it sucks. Worst part of my day.
Yeah. Ulvarius has on one of the bulkheads, he's got what appears to be a map, a crudely drawn diagram, which I'll share with you here. And he's kind of busy discussing it with, as I say, with Portek and Matthias and Constantine. Thing is, Road of Fire stretches some 300 miles out into the depths of the Silt Sea, Ulvarius says. Oh, Ra wakes up.
Oh my god, I'll just go to Ra then. Never mind. I'll go wake her up frantically.
All right.
There's shit going down, don't worry.
Shit's happening, what?
You did.
Hi, Panda.
Hello. Sorry about that. Mother's Day in the UK.
Indeed. So, thing is under sail, and Ulvaris points to the Amistine sail. We can make maybe 10 mile a day if Koblin and I do our jobs well. We're looking at nearly a month to reach Morgazh. Did you say it was, Portak?
I think so, yes.
So on the map here, Lake Island is here. This is where you guys were with the giants. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're kind of about here. Morgazh is way over there. And as you can see, the scale at the bottom of the map, 60 miles. So I've been thinking we can get there in 1/10 of the time if we fire up the obsidian engine.
Is
But
that dangerous?
Weren't you worried that would attract the attention of the Order?
Yeah, I was. But I've been thinking long and hard about that. Can we afford a month more of this? And he gestures vaguely toward the sky, perhaps indicating the invisible sonic field. I don't think so.
What is your concern on them being able to pick up on the obsidian engine? They have a link to it, or how
No,
is that?
they'd have to be looking for it. And they know the Amistine's been taken. Now, I was gonna take a gamble on them having more on their plate than tracking down a ship. If they want to look for it and the obsidian engine is active, they'll find it. Without it, this is the good ship Balamarash. Nothing sets it apart. So it's a risk. I think it's a risk worth taking. If nothing else, just to stick it to those hoity-toity bastards.
How fast is this ship moving?
At the moment, it's moving. So it'll make 10 miles in a day. So It's
if you were to
fair
Take a while.
equate it, let's say if you were to equate it to the speed of a creature,
Oh God, less than walking speed. It's determined by the wind speed. If a great amount of wind picks up, but at a normal, just a kind of a low wind speed, it's
Okay,
going to take a long
I'll-
time.
okay. Do we have anything that we could potentially harness to a creature for pulling?
We've
Do
got
you have
these
anything like that on board?
metal chains. Metal nets, what do we've got, have we not?
We got metal nets, yeah. But I think
Well-
you're probably looking more for like leather straps or something like that, right? What kind of creature are you thinking about?
I was thinking the Sea of Silda is known for housing sinkworms.
Am I in this room during this conversation? Sorry. I don't
No, I'm
remember.
going to get back to you in just a second, Panda.
That is completely fine. No worries.
I could request a few to pull us along, or depending on how many
Sinkworms.
come, get underneath us and take us.
To pull the
on their
ship.
back.
Tin has a way.
You can
with,
command such things?
We've seen it.
I can request such things. I don't know if they'll, how many will respond.
You summon a big couple. They'll put some speed in our sails. And no mistake.
All right. And I'm not using my concealment at all. I'm just going to start channeling with the wind moving around me. And I'm going to do animal summoning 3.
Okay, nice.
While I'm doing that, I will
Well-
say get the chains or whatever we need to harness them as ready as you can.
So do you want to use those metal nets? The metal nets that you got from the Wave Rider?
So I suppose that and what this is a ship, so there should be plenty of rope. So a combination of the
Yes.
two.
Okay. So Constantine sends his senses out into the depths of the silt and begins the call, his voice rising and falling as he seeks to summon the great worms of the silt.
I will say to the others, this should keep us quite safe, as well as most people don't want to go near one sinkworm, let alone several.
Ra. You've been having a long and restful sleep, recuperating from the rather painful encounter with the Great Dreamer, when you are woken by the familiar sensation of small hands and a panicked voice.
Ra, you need to wake up right now. We've got bug emergency on board.
What? This
Bug
chick-
emergency. Tick. I don't know where he's gone or what's happened, but there's something happening.
Tick-Tick's missing?
I think so.
All right.
Or at least I think I know where he is, except that he's not himself. I think.
Okay. Can't you talk to them?
No, I tried, but I failed my dice roll.
Oh, I'm them's the way, I guess.
Yeah.
I can try and talk
So,
to them.
I'm gonna rally the troops. Maybe you could go downstairs and, well, not keep an eye, but keep an ear on things for me.
I can keep an ear.
All right.
Okay. So Ra, you pull yourself out of your hammock, and Bengal leads you to the hold, the area of the hold where Tick had been resting. You hear a strange noise, like a fluttering heartbeat, combined with a sound like fluid gurgling beneath the surface of the ground, and this very low, soft, like a as if you took a fruit and squeezed it repeatedly over and over again.
And is that coming from Tick Tick?
It's coming from where Tick Tick would be. As you stretch your hand out, you come into contact with something soft but resistant. It's slightly warm to the touch, and you can again feel a vibration through some kind of thick, slightly chitinous membrane. And running your hands over the surface, it's immense. This vast pod-like thing, almost 12 feet long.
I think our guy's going through puberty.
I think he's cocooning, guys.
Oh my
He's gonna be a
god,
butterfly.
it's so cute. Wait, but actually, I'm still kind of worried though.
He's just in his chrysalis phase. It's fine.
Just quickly, Tam's redeemed a D6 inspiration using gold. Thanks, Tam.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tam.
Gets that.
Give it to me.
Love Tam.
Not the
Give it
DM,
to
not
me.
the DM. Miss Bengal
Give
with
it
an
to
actual
me.
20.
Yes!
You can all suck it. Thank you.
Cheers, Tam.
Thank you.
I feel over this, knowing that it is Tick Tick, or it kind of
Like
is
I said,
Tick
I
Tick,
don't know.
but is feeling odd, and Rob will just you know what, I'm gonna cast my empathy.
It's weird. Throw it overboard.
Yeah.
Icky and gross.
I don't want it. Gross. Get it out.
All right,
I
now,
hit it with my great
46, drop the lowest.
Actually, I already have a backup character.
Yeah, okay. Give me a if you have an
Look, Fari says, "Hello, I'm here." I was here all
Hello,
along.
guys.
I'm pretty sure that's spot on. All right, let me check.
Yay.
Empathy, yeah, 11. Good.
While you're doing that, June Soldier just tipped $5. Corganard sends his blessings. And that's a D20 inspiration.
No, he doesn't. Thank you anyway.
It's for Constantine.
Hey.
Congratulations. He needs it. Thank you, June.
Super cool.
Thank you.
Okay, so Arnout,
Yes.
why don't you just give me 3 single-word emotions that are going that Ra might pick up from an empathic thrust into your cocoon?
Oh goodness.
It's a floating head behind
guys.
you.
Emotions, you said?
Yeah, it's empathy.
Anticipation,
Yep.
connection.
Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Connection with something. How do I describe this?
Connection
As
to
if he's-
something deeper.
Something deeper, yeah, like plumbing into racial memory, and just a feeling of awe.
Okay, so I'm gonna read this as a positive thing. And I'm gonna just be gently, and I mean gently, like she's as if it's glass and she's in like a china shop, you know, and doesn't want to pay for it because it's really expensive. I'm just gonna really gently be stroking the outer of the cocoon, and just she's kind of humming gently to herself, trying to make a soothing noise, assuming that Tick Tick is going through something right now.
Okay, cool. All right. Up on the deck, Tin, your song of summoning finally comes to an end. And from the crow's nest, one of the dwarves shouts, "Worm sign!" And to port and starboard, there you see them crest the surface of the dust ocean. Immense annelids, answering the call of the druid. Sweeping with back and forth serpentine motions, their great segmented bulks finally coming to rest and keeping pace with the ship.
How big are we talking?
In the
Are we
time that
talking
you've-
June? Like June big?
Not quite as big as the big ones in Dune, but these are a good 70, 80 feet long each, so longer than the ship. and immensely strong. Tin, while you've been singing your song, the crew have gathered together ropes, straps, and to reinforce them, the metal chain links that you guys recovered from the ruined ship in the Sea of Silt, and have fashioned basic harnesses, enough to at least snare around the outside of the worms. A little nervous, I look over toward their captain and then over toward you for guidance. These things are nothing but predatorial horrors to them. They've never ever seen them behave this way before.
These are animals, right?
They are animals, yes.
I will speak to them of our need and gauge their willingness to be shackled to the skiff here to draw it forward. And also I'll ask them how fast they think they can move with something of this size on their back, you know.
Yeah. So in a combination, excuse me.
How many do I have?
Toos.
In a combination of pheromones and low vibrations that make the silt jump back and forth, and a rumbling that you feel up through the deck, through your feet rather than through your ears, the siltworms indicate, first and foremost, their joy at the song you have sung for them. And they want nothing more than to continue in its proximity. And if you will allow them, they will remain close to your singing for as long as you continue the song.
I will inform them that between breaks, with small breaks to rest myself, I am happy to continue the song.
Okay, outstanding. If they are going to push themselves for you, 30, they can probably make a top speed of about 60 miles a day. This will wear them out quite considerably, but creatures of this size are fairly resilient, and it's unlikely that it will kill them, which means you're looking at 4.5 days to reach your destination. It's not as fast as with the Obsidian engine. They could do it in under 3 with that, but it's a damn sight better than 27 days, which is what it would be with the wind.
Using my calculations, would it be faster if I helped them?
Do you mean with things like gust of wind?
No, I mean by turning into one of them and helping.
You need to sing.
I can communicate with them. I can communicate with them through talking to animals, so I don't need to be on the deck.
Yes. So if you transformed into a sinkworm and added your strength to theirs,
it would take some burden as well.
It would take some burden, and the ship. What did I say? 6 days. So you could do it in 4.
So I would grab one of the chains. I would help everybody start and show them how to affix the chain safely, letting the sinkworms know, please don't eat these people, they're my friends.
Yep.
And then I would take the one, since I know where we're going, and whatever chain is in the lead, I would, attach it to myself and then jump in and change shape.
Okay. So the rest of you on the deck get to see Constantine direct the crew of the Amistine of how to harness the sinkworms. You've never seen anything like it. The two beasts, as the ship grinds to a halt for a moment, they rear themselves up out of the silt, and it's pouring off them like water, finer than any dust or sand, and bring their great heads, immense tooth-filled maws hanging open, furnace-like breath washing over the ship like the heat from an opened oven. And yet these beasts lower their heads alongside the vessel and allow themselves to be harnessed. The crew are, at first, obviously terrified, and it takes some considerable inspiration and encouragement to get them to complete the task. But as they proceed and they realize that the siltworms are quite happy to allow themselves to be shackled thus, just grins steal across their faces. One of them strikes up a Balakan silt shanty, and they work in time to that. getting the worms harnessed, getting them fully attached to the ship. And then, at your nod, the great creatures descend once more below the surface of the silt. You join them, Tin, your form changing. A majestic creature of the deep. Your companion's mind still alive and aware within it. Tin, you feel yourself harnessed, chained and shackled, but willingly. No slavery this, but pure service. At your lead, there is a moment, a pause, and then the Amistine surges forward. The captain orders the sail trimmed, the wheels locked in place, and the vessel is underway, streaking out across the silt. You leave Lake Island behind you on the first day. Pass by a volcanic outcrop shown on the map as the Isle of Ash. Prior to that, an island covered in forest. There, rumors have it, an ancient druid holds court. But you have no time for such dalliances. Onward and deeper into the Sea of Silt. Morgazh and Ra. Oh, sorry, Ra, you were busy still just stroking the cocoon. You arrive on deck to tell your companions of what's been going on below, and instead see 3 siltworms pulling the Amistine in a northeasterly direction at such speed that the wind blows through your tiny hobbity hair.
You got a hobbity hair.
Yeah. Well, we're really flying away now, boys.
Just quickly before I forget, thank you to ADMJR79 for a D6 inspiration, which was won by Portek.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Portek's got D20 and a D6, yeah? Right.
And I've got a D6.
D6, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
very
haven't
much.
got anything.
Oh, boo-hoo. Anyway.
Fair. Yeah. So, are you going to let them know what's going on?
Yeah. I give them the whole cocoon gist rundown. Well, at least the people that are present.
Yeah. So that's basically Matthias and Portek.
Well, sadly, the only
yeah.
person that might know would be the worm here.
Are you telling me that Tin is one of those things?
Tin's one of them, yeah.
Which one? The one on the left, or
He's the middle one.
Oh yeah, I can see the face. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only
There's
one
the
with a bald
resemblance.
head and a beard.
Yeah.
The sexy
Cool.
one up front, of course.
Oh,
So-
nice.
So you're telling me Tick Tick is
I think
on
he's
his
going.
adulthood, or
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Ra's with him right now. I'm sure she'll probably have gotten a better reading on him. Our boy's growing up.
he's already big.
Yeah, but
So they like locusts. They actually pupate.
your guess is as good as mine.
Interesting.
I really don't know if they're pubic.
There's a mirthful laughter coming out of the cocoon somewhere.
Down below, the whole boat shakes. Yeah.
Is my singing that bad? I'm sorry.
Fairly soon, you become used to the increased speed of the ship, and Captain Alvarius instructs his crew how to handle the change in circumstances. Fresh silters are provided, freshly doused with water for everyone. You're kicking up the worms both to 4 port and starboard are kicking up a considerable cloud of dust around the vessel. And so, out on the deck itself, protection from the Grey Death is mandatory. 4 days, you have been told. The remainder of this day passes without any further incident. Few, as Tin correctly pointed out, in the Sea of Silt will dare to approach a single siltworm, let alone 3, and a heavily armed vessel. And the chances are good, indeed, that you may well be able to catch up with, or at very least close your lead on your former colleagues from Ulrich, or as Dwarf put it in chat, moving a lot faster than those jack-offs with the giants. So, it's,
We can
I'm
roll
a
over
beautiful
them.
poet. I am a beautiful poet, the prettiest
you
poet.
are. Yeah, you're painting pictures with words. It's lovely.
So we have some days to spend on the boat then.
Yes, and you estimate they should pass fairly uneventfully, given your wormy escort.
Okay. Portek is going to put his mind to the chronicle that he wants to pen down. Before he does that, he prepares the research on the magical items that we found in the ship to see them, to see what they are and what they can do for us. There's a sword which might be useful for Bengal. I understood.
I think Bengal should take it. Yes, he hasn't.
I mean, yeah.
He hasn't got
The
a magical
elemental
weapon.
blade.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. There
There's
is the. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, please. Your list is easier to find than mine because I don't know where mine is.
There you go. There's a magical ring which allows you to sleep less every other week. You need less sleep, and it nourishes you, as far as I understood.
Wayfarer's ring, yeah.
Yeah. And then there is the bow that Tin is using. That is a magical bow as well. And the arrows are arrows against undead. And that's slaying, I believe.
Yeah, he just needs to give them a shaft. Yeah.
Right. And I believe... Is that it?
See, the ring's a
No?
difficult one for me. When we travel, it makes sense that the ring would go to Ra, who eats and drinks the most.
That's actually
Well,
true.
I mean, it could be one of those things that we loan between us whenever it's
No,
necessary.
the ring won't let you. It takes time to attune itself.
Oh.
So you can't say switch it over and the other person, because it takes a week to actually start working.
And on the other hand, it also makes sense that Portek or Tin has it, would mean that they refresh their spells more often.
It would mean that you could more quick start relearning your spells quicker. You need less sleep, and the chance of being interrupted during that week would be smaller because you have only 2 hours sleep window that you need.
We're not suffering for food and water, so it makes sense that one of the magic users here has it.
Makes complete sense to me, but your point is actually one that didn't cross my mind. It's actually very valid. A week's ration, water ration for a giant is considerable. So, and we don't have a water priest. We do have Tin who can help us a bit, but I believe that makes complete sense. Either way, that is fine. There are some potions. There is a fire resistance potion, a flying potion. There is a potion that heals wounds. I suggest that potion goes to one of the non-healers. That would make the most sense. And did we have all the items now? I'm not sure.
I found my list. There's also the priest scrolls, which can be cast by clerics or druids, and there are 3 of them. Create food and water and dispel magic on one. Cure serious wounds and protect from evil 10-foot radius on another. And slow poison and hold person on another. But so for the permanent items, the elemental blade, the crimson bow, and the wayfarer's ring, and then 3 potions and 3 scrolls.
Now, I have a large healing fruit already.
Okay, well let's quickly decide on the ring. Who gets the wayfarer's ring?
I think Portek would make sense.
Yes, but then I think we have enough water. Are we sure we have enough water? Otherwise, I would say actually it's better for Ra.
At the moment you do. There's plenty on the ship anyway, but and you have several gallons with you.
Well, I'll leave that one down to you then, Portek. It's a good idea that Ra does have it. If we do get into a situation where we haven't got to feed the giant.
Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, when we get to that situation, we can't switch. I can't then take off the ring and give it to Ra because she will have to take a week to actually start making use of it, and then it is useless.
Yeah.
I think actually it's better that we give it to Ra in this respect. We're in the middle of the Silt Sea. Water is not a commodity we can come by easily. I think it's better that we give the ring to Ra in this respect, actually. Although it would give me some advantage. I think buying ourselves a week of water's rations for our giant is more sensible.
Well, not that we haven't got the money, but it's more the case of have we got the luxury of buying it?
You can't drink money.
No, exactly. Okay, so Bengal, you take the sword, and if you take the ring, give it to Ra. And you say about a week, it'll kick in, yes?
After a week, it kicks in, yeah. And then it's every other week. So it kicks in for a week, and then it needs a week for replenishing.
The fly potion. Okay. The fly potion.
I would like to have the fly potion.
But you can go underground.
No, that's not the issue. The issue is that the fly potion will give me... it will protect me from my powerful travel spell to go awry.
Right, okay.
Because I have a teleport spell, which can transport me virtually anywhere on this world. But if it goes wrong, it can transport me also up in the air very high, and it will kill me.
Ah, okay.
So the potion will give me a mitigation against that.
Okay.
And your natural elemental priest ability
will protect me from in the ground, yeah.
That's interesting. Okay. Right. Panda, we can just assume this conversation happens before where we were. We were supposed to have done it on Discord, so yeah.
If the ring takes if it's a week on, a week off, during the week off, if given to someone else, could they not use that week to attune to it?
Yeah. So
I think you would lose attunement.
You'd lose attunement.
Yeah, but that's what I mean is, but it's useless for that week anyway, so we can actually pass it around.
No.
Yeah.
It has to stay on you. If you take it off, it
takes a week to attune.
So yeah, the thing is, it's on you for a week. It doesn't work. Then it would. Then it works for a week. Then it doesn't work for a week. If you give it to someone else on the week that it doesn't work, if you were to get it on the next week, it wouldn't work for you either.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's worthwhile keeping it on.
I see.
So a week for attunement, week on, week off, week on, week off.
Got you, and all right, cool.
That would save us a hell of a lot.
It has to be attuned for it to recharge. I understand.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's get this done quickly. So we're not dragging our heels over magic item distribution. Okay, so I'm going to go through these quickly. The potion of extra healing. Who wants that?
Give that to one of the warriors.
Yeah, I would say Bengal or Tick Tick. I would say maybe Tick Tick because he can jump real far and get somewhere very quickly.
Sounds good.
Tick Tick has a class feature that means people will always attack him first, as you probably noticed. So that might do him some good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Tick Tick, take the extra healing. Flying. Portek. Does anyone have an objection to Portek's logic there?
No.
Makes sense to me. Okay. And then fire resistance. Anyone could benefit from
Yes.
that, really.
I would say
It's called
probably,
it's called the Wayfarer's Ring, Panda.
I'd probably say tin is he's probably the squishiest.
I think who will be in fire is the question. Is what you want to
I think
talk
all of
about
us.
You can't really predict that, can you?
here? No.
Tin would just deny. I know. Keep your fire potion amongst you guys.
I would suggest we give it to Ra. She has the biggest endurance of us all, and if push comes to shove, she's the one who can carry us out of the fire.
Good logic.
Potion of Fire Resistance then. And then finally we have 3 Cleric Scroll, 3 Priest Scrolls, Great Food and Water, Dispel Magic,
They can
3
go to,
Serious Wounds Protection from Evil, and
They can
Slow
go to
Poison
tin.
the whole person.
they can go to tin. Yeah.
All right, Tin, you take those 3 scrolls.
Okay, I put one in my personal effects, and then the other 2 I'll teleport tech for when he does want them, and I'll put them in a.
They're just extra spells. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Your first day comes to a close. You retire back to the hold for a night of rest, preparation, recuperation, lulled to sleep by the soft gurgling that comes from the cocoon. Bingle Bangle, you've been so weirded out by the whole experience that you barely sleep throughout the night. You do doze off. A few bells after midnight. The moon's golden and green above the silt. And you waken to one of the weirdest freaking noises you've ever heard.
I'm going
It's
back
coming
to
from-
sleep.
Matthias, we've talked about this.
If it's from Tick Tick, Ra probably fell asleep next to him, so she'd probably hear potentially as well.
Ra, you are your slightly sensitive hearing are certainly woken up by this god awful weird noise, and also there's something damp collecting on the boards around you.
Oh no!
At
Don't
first-
say that.
At first, you wonder if someone spilt some water or drink, but oh no, it's sticky. You're surrounded by, in fact, a slightly growing pool of strange, sticky fluid that has a slightly sharp, acrid odor. And then there's that noise.
I worry that I've peed myself in my sleep.
That would be my first thought, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's far too sticky for that.
Yeah. Did I eat something weird? I kind of reach over to try and feel the cocoon, see if it's still there.
It is not.
Oh my god! It's loose.
I'm gonna do the
You touch
opposite
it.
of what Bengal did. You're just gonna feel big hands on you shaking you like, Bengal, wake up!
This is not as fun when you do that to me.
Just like, "Whoa."
Instead of the cocoon, you briefly touch carapace. It feels like cream chitin, but it's a bit soft. And it doesn't feel right. It certainly doesn't feel like Tic Tic.
Yeah, I wake up Bengal because I can't see. Yeah.
Am I awake for any of this, or?
Yeah, you are, sure. And Bingle Bangle, as you as Ra wakes you up and your head pops around the corner, you get a good sight of what's going on. The cocoon is gone.
Oh no!
And instead of where the cocoon was, there is, well, you know what? I'm just going to show you a picture. You kind of recognize it as Tic Tic, but then again, where are we? There we go. It's bigger. The coloration is very different.
Oh
Its
no.
claws look larger. There's a weird reddish light that seems to be coming from within its eyes. And it's surrounded by the broken remnants of the cocoon out of which fluids seep. And the noise, it's eating the cocoon.
Ew. Come on, dude. That's nasty, man. Stop it. Tick tick. That's enough.
I need to get my water spray.
Right, I'm gonna spray you. Don't even.
I literally just finished watching Red today, and this is too similar for me. Does Bengal explain what she sees? What he sees?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes. It's like weird evil tick tick.
Tick, are you evil now?
No.
Oh. Well, that's a relief.
He sounds evil.
I know.
No.
Hungry.
Are you sure?
Hungry.
Oh.
Hungry.
Do you want some turkey jerky?
Wait. Do you want some human flesh?
No.
Must consume.
It wants to eat us, Bengal.
No, I'm very, very focused on the cocoon.
I know. Ra does not.
I don't know. Maybe we should give him what he wants.
I mean, I heard rumors about your people eating people. How do you deal with
Oh,
that?
those aren't rumors. We do very often.
How do you handle those urges? Maybe you can teach him.
Well, it's not so hard considering there's one human in our party and he doesn't even like other humans, so it's actually okay.
True.
Yeah.
If I have any rations on me, I will pull them out and throw them at the cage.
Throw them at it. Yeah, Ra throws food at you.
It bounces off me, I guess. It's like that meme of the hot dogs flying at the face.
Yeah.
Over the course of the next hour, Tick Tick consumes the entire cocoon. And you just kind of watch in horrified fascination
Yeah.
as he eats every single scrap of the thing. And then sits down and cleans his mandibles.
Yes.
Must have been tasty.
Now half giant.
Not only
dessert.
has the base color of his chitin changed, there's all these kind of bands of coloration and striation across it. His claws have grown considerably. Everything about him seems mature.
Leveled up.
A distinguished gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes, and my accent's changed too.
He's a
No,
big
no.
boy now, so we don't need to buy Pampers anymore.
I know, thank God.
Oh, that saves us a fortune.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ra. Binga.
Oh, it's growling at me. Oh, that's my name.
hello.
How long was I?
I don't know. I don't have a good time frame, but I would say maybe hours, several. I don't know.
Yeah, slightly more than a day, probably.
It's been a while.
And just to clarify, is he not doing his normal ticking and the clicking that he normally does?
Yes, he's still speaking in his normal Korean voice.
Okay, cool.
But you can hear there's changes in him.
Okay, cool.
Also, his chitin is slightly translucent, so you can sort of see his internal organs.
Ooh.
Great, just a big target on where
it's,
to hit.
It's actually kind of becoming more and more mottled and more opaque as you stand there watching him.
Oh.
You were this squishy thing, and now you're.
I think word it not nolted. No,
Nolted?
Malted?
Molt?
yes.
You just went through puberty,
See?
man.
Zichak laktacho.
What did you just say?
Do you speak Korean?
I speak bug.
Oh, you do? Well, okay. Well, it's basically molting,
Oh, I see.
but it has a sort of a ritualistic overtone.
Ah.
It is a Dutch thing. Your own skin. That's a keeper.
Oh God. I hate Mike Myers so much for that.
How often do you do this molting?
This is 7th time.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Do you
It's
change
how we grow.
And do you always eat the placenta? I mean, weird cocoon thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Why waste?
No, that's a great point. You know, there would have been a lot of stuff to clean up afterwards.
probably high in protein?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What protein?
Don't worry about it, buddy.
Do you change color every time? Bengal said that you're now red.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, nice.
And now the blood won't show. That's what I was told.
By who?
This color warning to enemy of green.
Well, it looks pretty good on you, buddy.
Give him thumbs up.
I continue cleaning my mandibles.
Yeah, same tick.
Nice. The chitin hardens down over the remainder of that day until by the end of the second day, it has become the usual glossy sheen of his breed of cream, but with the new coloration. You're fairly certain it's the same Tick-Tick, but there are these just subtle differences in the way he moves. Small changes. Molting indeed. A third day.
During these days, I also make sure that everybody's healed up.
Yes, yeah. I've taken that as read. And yeah, all hit points restored.
The rest I'm just scribbling away at the tale of the Obsidian Princess.
Yeah. Furious scribing page after page after page after page. At a certain point, it's almost stream of consciousness. You're barely even thinking about it, just letting the words flow out and flow out.
Exactly.
And thank you, Dwarf. In the silt itself, Tin, your human conscious mind, after a couple of days, almost takes a back seat to your worm awareness. Somewhere in your mind is the recollection that you were once a man, but for these days you are a pure creature of the silt. The element yours to command. Your two companions forever attuned to the low emanations that you give out as one of their kind. Driving the vessel further and further forward. You pass by still more of the islands of the Road of Fire. Durgaz and Avegdar, which Elvarius tells you, home to bloody giants with the heads of beasts. Can't reason with them. Can't trade with them. Best stay away. There's some muttering amongst the crew. At this point, the ship should have been turning north to Charvas, where it's supposed to take on a considerable shipment of obsidian. But Elvarius explains what is going on. The sooner that you reach Morgazh, the sooner you have a chance to find out what you need to put the depredations of the Order finally in the past. Eventually, on the fourth day, Morgazh comes into view. And just to give you an idea, by the way, this map shows you where you have traveled since the beginning of the Dragon's Crown adventure.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pretty long way.
Yeah, if you zoom that out a little bit there on Roll20, it'll be visible to our viewers. That red line starts in Tyr, way over on the left-hand side of the map. Shoots off to the Black Sand, goes back to Desverendi's Valley, up through Uruk, and then out to the Sea of Silt.
It hurts to see the lines where we went back on ourselves. That hurts.
Random figure eights.
That's where, they're kind of meandering around. Yeah.
Hey, Mark. In my Beastilian form, are we feeling any movement or anything through the silt around us at all? Like, I don't know, big giants carrying dudes?
Suggests pursuit? No. You are not. You're not sure how far ahead of you the Urukites must be, but you're detecting nothing that suggests the great plodding tread of giants wading through the silt itself. If what Ulvaris is telling you, actually, it's unlikely they would have been able to persuade the giants of Lake Island to carry them this far. Sooner or later, they will have come into the territories of the Beasthead giants on Avigdar and Durgaz, and the other giants would have turned back. So the Urukites will have had to have taken matters into their own hands at that point. Here's a little close-up of the terrain directly in the direction of Morgazh itself. And you can see here now that great mud flats surround the islands. That's that speckled stuff on the map itself. The silt grows shallow, but water trickling down from the islands turns it to mud, or ancient well springs not entirely evaporated from the base of the Sea of Silt well up. From this distance, as you pass by to the south of these three islands and the great mud flats that surround them, you can see verdant growth in the mud. Plants and trees, mangroves, and birds and clouds of insects above them. Even though there is life there, Ulvaris tells you that a mudflat on the Sea of Silt is little more than a hellhole. Horrendous terrain to traverse, and all forms of life concentrated there, including biting, stinging insects, the creatures that feed upon them, and the creatures that feed upon them. We'll come up south of Morgazh. I'm going to have to drop you as close to the beach as I can. Amistine won't get any closer than that. She'll run aground. But I think I can get you to where the silt is no more than 4 or 5 feet deep. You'd have to set yourselves overboard and get ashore somehow that way. My question for you. Do you want the ship to wait until your time on the island is done? You might need some way back to the mainland. Not that I wish to suggest that great adventurers such as yourselves have no methods to traverse great distances in the blink of an eye. But the offer is there.
That would be very nice. I think we need this.
So be it. So be it. The ship then grinds close to the shoreline, which is right about here. The southern side of the island, all this stuff around here is cliffs, immense cliffs rising up. Here, at least, you can get ashore without too much trouble. The Amistine grinds to a halt, as I say, and crew begin immense poles and sound the depths. And finally, pronounce it shallow enough for you to get aboard if you wish. Tin, the shallower silt, starts to make the siltworms uncomfortable. They find themselves a little exposed here, and you're probably going to have to set them free.
I would, knowing how I was affixed, I would just tell them how to move to kind of just back out of the makeshift harnesses that were made for them to be able to go about their way.
And seeing that the crew unloose some of the toggles and the straps, making it easier for the silkworms to back out.
I will do the same in my form.
Yep.
But I don't change. I come up right to the side of the rider to give them, and kind of just looks like I'm almost leaning towards to allow my group to get on so I could take them to land.
Ah, yes, right, of course.
We gather the metal nets.
Yep. Get your belongings. Alvarius tops up your water for the day. Best of luck to you. Akarakle is there somewhere inland. If what your little dwarf friend here says is true.
Fingers crossed.
Finished.
Is Ra attuned yet?
Almost. 3 more days.
Oh, yeah.
Finished. Portek comes with a huge stack of papers and hands it to the captain.
What's
The
this?
shared knowledge of the Obsidian Princess. I've written it all down.
Oh boy, the moons and the elements. This is what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He drops to one knee in front of you, places a hand on your shoulder. My friend, I thank you. Captain Alvarius is forever in your debt.
And us yours.
Absolutely.
Well, then I count us all friends if that be the case.
At this point, Tick walks out of the underdeck.
Okay. And the rest of you catch your first sight of the fully malted Kreen in the late evening sunlight of the Athasian day. He gleams, shiny, not a single nick or cut or sword blow or bite on his carapace. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Give it time.
Yes. Give myself a spit shine.
Mm-mm. 10, the other 2 silkworms pull themselves a little bit away from the ship, lower their heads down to the silt, and exhale a long, low breath of recognition and gratitude. And your song finished, they turn and one after the other vanish into the depths of the dust ocean.
As they
away
leave, I'll sing my
to the
thanks.
south. Deep basso notes echo in gratitude back to you.
Once the others are aboard my my back, there's plenty of room. So once everyone's situated, I'll just move through and take them to land.
Okay.
Thank you,
Morgazh.
Tim.
I'll raise my head knowingly a little bit as a acknowledgement. I know she can't see that, but ain't much he can do. He's a big fucking worm.
You can give a little wiggle.
That's a little weird.
Wiggle.
Hey, everybody, straddle my back. I'm gonna wiggle. No. Now, to your thanks, you'll just hear like kind of a rumbling, slow, kind of growl of acknowledgement.
With Tin's assistance, then, you cross the short distance between the Amistine and the shoreline. Already, Alvarius is having the ship pull a little bit away, but drop its anchor and hold position until you have need of him again. Tin ferries you to the shore. Are you transforming back into human form for
Once
being
they
on
are
land?
all off me. Once they're all off me, I will transform back to human form.
Okay, cool.
And then I'll begin to look around the terrain, seeing what we're dealing with.
So, the silt laps up around the shore of the island. Inland ahead of you, you can see a number of small hills or mountains. Some kind of central spine to the place, and the great bulk of the island curves away to the south. You can see what looks to be a road on the island itself that has been paved, but you're a little way down the beach from that yet. The silence is stifling. This proximity to a mudflat, there should be significant numbers of life here. You can see here and there would look to be the foliage of hardy trees and thorn bushes surrounding the bases of the mountains. But there's no life here at all. No wildlife, no birds, no dust gulls, no crodlu. None of the natural island life you'd expect to see. And as you make your way cautiously up the beach, and the silt, its hold slowly recedes, and the bare stone of the island reveals itself, you can see bones. Shattered and fragmented amounts of bones scattered all along the shoreline. What you first took for the white sand of a beach, you realize is bone dust, and further inland, bone fragments, and further up than that, actual pieces of skeleton rib cages and spines and misshapen animalistic skulls. The entire silent shore is a graveyard.
Are they recent, the bones?
They look picked clean and bleached by the sun. They have been here centuries or more.
And life has not replenished since, apparently.
It would not appear to have done so at all, no.
Can I tell what kind of creatures were the owners of these bones?
So making your way cautiously up the shoreline, you see many of them appear to have been... You're not sure what the species is. It reminds you of the jackar, a quadruped, or the gorak, a large lizard. But some kind of small animal, its face with a long snout filled with sharp teeth. You have no idea what this is. As you examine the bodies, there is a rattling sound. And then another. And at first you wonder if it's just the fact that the bones have been disturbed by Tik-Tik having a look at them. But no, now you realize they're moving. Juddering. Here and there, a rib cage connects to a pelvis. A skull clicks onto a spine. And the forms begin to rise off the beach itself and push themselves onto their skeletal legs and come turning their heads, scuttling down towards you. They're moving so unsteadily and so uneasily, and they look to be so poorly put together, these brief skeletal things, that you hardly think that they're going to be any challenge to you whatsoever.
Famous last thoughts.
Nevertheless, they are clattering and lumbering towards you, sightless skulls leering left and right, jaws clacking, trying to find the source of whatever this fresh meat is that has walked ashore onto their domain.
Oh, if I hear that... I'm bringing out my Latulus. I'm ready.
Okay. Out comes Heartbreaker. There's no need for initiative here, and I'm not even going to make you guys roll to hit. These things are, poor little things only have 8 hit points each. You're going to tear through them should you wish to engage them. My question to you then is, what actually do you do?
If it comes to attack me, I will hit it.
Yep.
Yeah, same for me. Like, they'll come near me, and I'll just, like, boot them away.
Okay. Yes?
Chin will be shooting at the ones on the outside, kind of just leaving a steady path coming in towards Ra and Bengal's weapons, so that way we're not being surrounded.
Yep.
Okay. Is there some kind of ground beyond the beach of bones that is not covered in bones and skeletons?
Yes, you can see where the beach kind of meets the main rock, and that's where that road that you thought you saw. You can see paving stones now, definitely across the top of a small ridge at the top of the beach, winding its way toward the southeast.
And is there anything else of note in that area other than the paved stones, or is it just the stone?
Beyond that, you can about maybe a mile beyond that, you can see the what must be the foothills of a small mountain range. The lower slopes bedecked, as I said, in hardy trees.
Oh, interesting. Any structures?
From this distance, you can't tell.
Okay. I'm going to try and make a path through these things.
Yeah.
Swiping at anything that comes close.
Gotcha.
And just plow my way through until clearing a path so that we can all make it to solid ground.
Okay, and lastly, Matthias and Portek, what are you doing while this is going on?
I would just be tripping things and maybe just whipping skulls off heads.
Okay, gotcha. Portek?
I'm following through and provide aid if necessary with my sword and with my shield, bashing them away if that's necessary. But otherwise, I will try and stay reactive so that I can cast a spell at a moment's notice if it's necessary.
Okay. Portek, you see fairly quickly that with Matthias, Tik, Bengal, and Ra wading into the rising mass of these skeletal hounds, and with Tin at the back dropping arrow after arrow around the flanks, your involvement is probably not going to be necessary. And indeed, you watch as the group's 3 premier warriors carve a bone-shattering swathe through these creatures, smashing skulls, hacking limb from limb, severing spines. The creatures, no one barely takes more than a second blow as your doughty warriors decimate them. Here and there, some of them, the bones scratch at your limbs or at your lower legs, barely negligible amount. I'm just going to roll a d4 for the amount of damage that you guys take each. It's really, only the fact that there's so many of them swarming around you, and I mean dozens and dozens of these things rising up off the beach with strange, mad unlife driving them towards you. Bengal, that's 3 damage.
I have a question.
74. Yeah, go ahead.
When they get destroyed, do they reform?
No, they do not. They collapse into a shattered welter of bone shards and rise not again after that. Tik, you're on 96. Matthias, you take a whole point of damage, 84. Ah!
You scratched my new thing.
And Ra, 2 points of damage, 147.
Oh my god, she's almost dead.
Yeah, speaking of that, Matthias, Tik, Bengal, and Ra. The wounds, minimalistic as they are, do itch, do sting, and you can see strange red welts appearing around them. Ra, you can feel your muscles trembling. Could all of you please make me a saving throw against death magic? Not Tin and not Portek.
Rude.
Very rude.
Is it against like a poison effect?
Death magic, you said?
It is, yes, it's not a poison effect, no. Death magic, please.
Is rowing low good?
Who rolled a
or
1? Oh my god!
Is that good or is that bad? Is that bad? I always forget if you want high or low on this.
Can I roll again?
Let me just see those rolls here. Who have we got? A Panda, a 1, Bagal, a 2. Tick saves. And Matthias, did you roll? I didn't see.
You want to roll high with this one.
You know what?
A 6.
You know what, guys? This anyone in chat, just
Can I
so
roll
you know,
again?
You can give us D20s, all that good stuff.
We don't ask.
You know,
So desperate.
you know how it
Okay.
is. I'm a tap dance, so you can't continue.
We can't hand
gonna
over
please
D20s, right? We can hand over D6s, right?
June Soda has just tipped $20 for 4 D20 rolls.
Oh, please, come on, please.
And Blink has just redeemed a D20 as well.
Aww.
Why did the DM get one? No!
There's 5, so DM, Matthias, Tick, Tin,
Basically everyone except for me and Ra.
I already have one.
Portek, have you already got one?
Yeah,
I
Portek
said-
has
I-
one.
I have
I have
one
one.
as well.
Oh, you've got one, so everyone gets one. Then.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
guys have it.
fantastic.
Can I re-roll, please?
Okay, so let's just right now we're all done with that. Let's go down the list here. So Ra, that is absolutely a fail. So you'll need to re-roll that.
Okay, I'm
Damn
gonna
it! A 2?
Also
A
fail.
2?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
1 second.
Bagal, likewise a fail. So if you have a D20 to
I
throw at that,
do.
How did I roll a 1 and then a 2?
Yeah.
no, 19. Good stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Tick, that's a pass. Matthias, you fell by 1 point. So if you have a D20, you'll
I
need
do
to
have a
something like that.
D20. But, is it against heat, fire, poison? No, nothing against any of them.
Death magic.
I re-roll them.
Death.
Yes. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank
Hold
you very
on,
much,
if-
June.
Yes.
and
Okay,
Blink.
so all of you are suitably inspired to avoid the worst of these little bites, drag the tiny bone fragments out of your skin, except for Ra.
Hold
And
on.
it's not until the very end of the battle where Ra, you find there is indeed an entire tooth embedded in your calf, which you pull out. You don't.
I get infected.
You don't feel so good. You don't feel so good.
I cast a detect poison on her.
Okay, she is not poisoned.
Can I use my healing at all to see if I can find out what's ailing her?
Yes, please give me a healing roll there, please.
I did, and it's a number.
Oh.
I didn't see the
You
number yet.
don't think this is any kind of physical infection? Even looking at the tooth, it's so old and has been exposed to the sun for so long. There's nothing on here that would make someone ill. And yet you can see around the wound where the tooth went into Ra's calf, there is the skin around it is turned this deep reddish black.
I go for an detect magic to see whether there's a magic going on here.
Yeah, so there is necromantic energy has been loosed into Ra's body from these undead.
Is it? We could dispel the magic, maybe, or maybe we could. It might be an old curse that we could remove
well
a curse
be.
on.
Could well be. Or if, it's either going to be, it'll either be some kind of spell, some kind of curse, some kind of magical disease. There's any number of possibilities here.
Right. The magical disease. Let's start with a remove curse.
Okay.
While he's doing this, I'm gonna just make sure there's nobody coming at us.
Yes. You quickly scout the area around. Nothing. There's no sign of life anywhere here.
Okay.
Portek, you encant the words of the remove curse. The elemental energies wash over you, Ra. You feel no different. The black area around the wound is, you're sure it's spreading. It smells really bad.
Does Portek have any knowledge of this might be? Does he have ever heard of this kind of undead affliction?
No, and in fact, as I'm aware, do you have turn undead at all? No, eh?
No, I'm not very well versed.
Your skill with the undead is very poor. It's clearly not a curse.
Okay. Then I set Ra a little bit aside of everybody else so that the dispel magic doesn't hit anybody else and their stuff. And we will ask her to give us all her magical stuff.
I take off my boots.
Bye.
I guess I take off my ring.
Yeah.
I hand over anything I have that's magical, and I'm just swaying as I do so, just staggering about, clutching at my calf where the tooth went in.
Okay, and we will try and dispel the magic if at all possible.
Okay.
Roll. Roll in. There goes 1d20. And 8. That's not very good.
There is no change, except when the spell surrounds you, Ra, you hear words.
Oh.
It says, it sounds like a woman's voice. It's so cold. Is it time yet? Is it time to leave? You're almost certain the spell has had no effect, Portek.
Who was it? Who is that? Who just spoke?
What?
Someone just said it's cold and it's asking if it's time to leave. It's a woman.
I use my detect magic, which is still working, to have a good look around and do an observation in the area.
There is a brief swirl of necromantic energy around Ra that fades away as soon as you notice it. Not actually in her, but like it passes over her, like a breeze.
Stops here.
Do I keep getting considerably worse feeling?
No, your leg is throbbing, but it doesn't appear to be getting any worse right now. But you certainly feel as if something has settled into your system.
So amputation won't do anything.
Tin, is there any of your
Tick,
magics that will work?
Tick, you scouting ahead, you can see, as I've mentioned, there is this paved road, and it looks as if, and it kind of curves away to the southeast. You think maybe a mile or two from where you're standing now, you think you can see a structure further down the road.
Can I do an observation roll to see if I can make anything out?
Yeah, go on.
Here?
It's difficult to make out in the haze, but the heat haze. But go ahead, make me a roll. Nice. Okay. It looks a little bit like, you're not sure, a gladiator arena or some kind of town square, or even a parade ground that might be used by soldiers. There looks to be like a kind of surrounding fence and maybe a dais or platform at the far end.
Okay, interesting.
Anyway, back at the beach, is there anything you guys still want to do there, or are you going to? Are you going to press on?
I expressed to Tin that this goes beyond my healing abilities.
Tin's, if you look over at him, you could see his eyes are closed, but you can tell his eyes are darting around beneath the lids, trying to find a spell that could potentially help her. Unfortunately, I don't think I have one.
You've done remove. What have you done? Remove curse and dispel magic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you tried a more potent healing spell.
The only more potent healing spell I can think of would be something along the lines of when I fully redeem her, it helps with mental disorders beyond the physical, but it doesn't. I'll pull what little green energy and life I can from the land in terms of just letting it pool up into me and tapping into its power. And have the wind wrap around myself and then move it over to encompass her, and I'll cast Heal on Ra. Which should dispels feeble mind. The feeble mind spell cures those mental disorders caused by spells or injuries to the brain.
Yes, and furthermore, it would heal any injuries to her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
it
took
doesn't work.
1 damage?
2. It quite simply doesn't work. The wound does not heal.
Guys sound really serious. Am I okay? Does it look bad? What? It didn't feel bad. Like it's just a small.
She's not
thing.
particularly badly hurt. Your leg is throbbing a bit, but a heal spell that should have gotten rid of that tiny injury.
And I'll look at the group and be like, there's only 2 things I could really do that are going to be more powerful than that. And that's going to be bringing someone back from the dead or regenerating a part of their body. That's the only things I can do more powerful than what I just did.
We've established it's definitely not poison, correct?
It's a necromantic magic, and I thought it might be a curse, but the curse it didn't react to my magics to remove the curse.
What about a disease? Is there any spells to remove a disease?
Cure disease, yeah.
Have we tried that? We have that?
Yeah, I'll lay my hand again over the area as wind whips around, grabbing any sand from the beach and kind of pulling it into its slipstream, and then lay it over Ra's wound on her leg, which is probably as big as my chest, and you try cure disease.
As the spell completes, you hear a voice, Tin. A man's voice, angry. What happened? For a year we prepared for this battle, and in the dark of night our lives are stolen? Ra, the wound in your leg doesn't heal, but the black mottling around it fades away to nothingness as you feel a rush of energy through you, and that strange throbbing sensation goes away.
Nice.
Ooh, so it's starting to feel a bit better.
It looks better as well. That worked, did? Very good.
All right, and before I get up, I'll leave my hand there and let that swirl happen once more as I do a cure light wounds.
Yeah. Okay. Roll for that. I mean, unless you roll a 1, and it'll heal her wounds.
Thank you, guys.
She is healed.
The injury on your leg closes, Ra.
It's more to make sure that we know that the healing works on you. Good job, Tin.
I begin putting my magic items back on. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. You'll have to reattune to your ring, though. Unfortunately, but
Yeah. So be it.
Yes.
Guys sounded pretty serious. Was it bad?
We've not really come up against diseases that much yet.
No, not like this. No.
Well, while I
This
was
thing is
curing it,
horrible.
I heard a voice that was talking about preparing for a war, and this is how they died.
Well, we know that Akarakle died in trying to defend themselves. They did something that killed them all. What were the specific details that I knew?
So from Lodara, you learnt that Merek, a warlord defiler, laid siege to Akarakle centuries ago. The army had cut off the fortress from its supply lines for nearly a year and was presumably preparing for the final assault on Akarakle when some kind of sudden catastrophe swept over the island. And
Correct.
attackers and defenders alike were slain.
So everybody was slain. So that's what happened here. If we are in the right place.
So do you think me and Tin heard the ghosts of the people who died?
Sounds like it.
Yes.
I mean, we just killed the reanimated forms of the people that died. That's clear.
What reanimated them? Is there like a spellcaster nearby?
So that we can see.
I cannot find anyone nearby.
No, but if things happen on a scale like that, like everybody killed in such a large area, remember there's enormous power in it, power enough to make a sorcerer king into into something else. There might be magics lingering from whatever ever happened here.
Well, we only just arrived, so we should really be careful.
Yes. Yes.
I optimize my armor every minute of every moment I'm in this place.
Same, all day, every day,
All day.
optimizing.
Checking,
And
making
also-
sure.
Constantly readjusting his
Yep.
armor for optimization.
Lucas, stop fidgeting with your armor. Jesus.
Okay.
You see, Jesus,
so-
that's what we're trying not to meet here. Optimizes more.
At the top of the beach, as Tik Tik has discovered, a paved road leads away into the interior of the island. And he points out that perhaps a mile or two down the road, there's some weird little, I don't know, staging area, parade ground, who knows. If indeed this place was under siege, you might well find a number of former military installations.
Let's move forward.
Okay. So you gather up your belongings, get your armor sorted, and make your way along the road into the interior of Morgazh. You've only been going for about 5 or 10 minutes when, on the road ahead of you, the heat haze lifts slightly as the sun sinks toward the horizon behind you, flooding the land with ruddy rays of dying light. And then there are forms emerging out of the haze. 3 of them, shadowy figures, appear to be mounted on Crodlu. You think they've spotted you. One raises a sword, and from his throat, you hear him shout, "Collaborators, Ayo! This is what we think of collaborators." They spur their Crodlu into a charge, lowering their lances, and come hurtling down the road directly at your group. Anything from you guys as they... Yes?
I move off the side of the road.
Okay, as you get off the
See
road,
if I can
one
find some cover.
veers his Crodlu towards you. Anything from the rest of you?
I start casting.
Yep.
I
Anything else, Matthias?
I try to get out of the way and hide.
Okay,
I,
Bingle Bangle?
I get out my crossbow and sort of sit myself on top of Ra.
Okay. And Ra?
I allow myself to be a jungle gym, and I grab my Latulus Heartbreaker.
Okay, and finally Tin.
Knocking an arrow and hiding in the shadows of anything I can.
Yes, sorry, go ahead, Anna.
Before they get to us, I want to yell at, we are not collaborators.
Yeah, I will also stand out of the way of the cart, but if they then swerve, at us, I'm ready.
Yeah, okay, so Matthias, Tin, drop off the side of the road, disappear down behind what low cover there is to either side of the pavings. Tic-Tic, likewise, you leap sideways, calling out that you're not collaborators. The Crodlu rider charging toward you doesn't seem to be concerned. Portek, your spell goes off. What is it?
Action from evil, 10-foot radius.
10-foot radius. Okay. A circle of protective energy swirls around you. 30 yards, 20 yards, 10. 10, are you losing your arrow at any point?
Once they're right on top of us, I'll be going out because I'm holding to find who's in danger because I'll defend.
Okay,
the person
good.
who's in
Right.
danger.
10 yards, 5 yards, and then the
Sorry, I'm going to ready my action to leap out of the way at the last second.
At the last second, gotcha.
Yeah.
As the all but last seconds approach, the figures dissipate before you. Their charge becoming nothing but a roiling breath of air, which washes over you, cold and chill. And a single word rises as the forms vanish. Merrick.
What is a medic?
Medic is the forces that were against Akarakle, right?
Yes, that's right.
We're experiencing the past here. Undead remnants of the past.
I hate the undead.
We have not much to. I have no.
So you proceed down the road.
Mm-hmm. We move on. We need to find what we need to find here. This is what we need to do.
Yes.
Absolutely. Ahead of you, the road eventually, as I said, opens up into a wide field dotted with scrubs. At the far end of it, there are several weathered poles. A heap of bleached boards mark the site where the dais once stood. This is what you were seeing. Tic-Tic. Indeed, some kind of mustering or parade ground. The sun finally disappears below the horizon. But here light lingers. The air is filled with glinting spots of illumination, like the setting sun flashing off helms and spears. There's a raucous cheer echoes across the field. Merrick! Merrick! And the steady chanting builds and builds, that name called over and over again. And then as quickly as they came, the lights blink out. The sound is gone. You see there are bodies on the field. Almost a dozen of them. Men, women, mule, some dwarves even. Dressed in tattered black and red livery. over their age-worn armor. Bodies collapsed, as if they simply fell where they were standing on parade.
I'm assuming these are skeletal, or are they...
They are not skeletal, no. You would expect them over these millennia or centuries to have been completely devoured by the elements, but they have flesh, withered and desiccated though it is. Still, flesh has remained clinging to their bones by some force.
Stay away from this.
Yes. I don't trust any bodies at the moment.
They're undead. That must be. They should otherwise be looking like the bones. It's that long ago. They should be looking like the bones on the beach. There is magics going on that they are still clad in flesh.
Okay.
Perhaps
So you're
we
gonna-
ready fire.
Sure.
So you're going to skirt around the parade ground, yeah? Giving it a wide berth, is that what I understand?
That's the plan, yeah. At least this is my advice.
Yes, I would
Mhm.
agree.
All right. Not for any real reason, to the north or south?
We came from the northern shore, correct?
You've come from the western shore.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are we gonna gloss
Um,
over the fact you said for no reason, north or south? Like we're gonna gloss over that?
Yes,
that
yes, we are.
trepidatious statement. Okay.
It actually determines what part of the road you come to after you get around the parade ground. That's all. So yeah, you've come in from the western shore, and then hit the parade ground as you're heading inland.
And we're heading east now. That's what you're saying.
You're heading east, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
There is a larger map, but from your position, you can't see the overall layout of the island. You're kind of really just above silt level. You'll need to get to much higher ground if you want to get a better view of the overall terrain. But at any rate, yeah. So
South, I
coming
would
to the
say.
north of south. Okay, so basically, kind of almost parallel to the to where the
coast.
shoreline runs.
Yeah.
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 Okay, good. So
Do we
the land. Yes. Sorry, Anna.
So do we see that road that's on the map? Or is that not a road?
I believe you can actually see the road on the map. Yeah. So on this map here, basically, this is a really large scale. This is the
Right.
beach where you landed, and you're kind of about there now.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
From the shoreline, you could kind of see that there was a road running south to where to the cliffs and presumably the actual fortress itself. But given the height of the cliffs, that's why the Amistine beached just about here.
Gotcha.
But you curved your way south around from the parade ground. Now the first moons begin to rise, and some pale illumination falls across the area as the sun is now set. And ahead of you, you can see the road continues to the east, and eventually you rejoin it at a junction where it curves south down toward the lower half of the island, as you can see on your map. What this little map doesn't show, however, is that there is another branch of the road that winds its way north toward this big mountain thing that you see there.
Mm-hmm.
And silhouetted against the sky, you think the road probably goes up the mountain, because somewhere near the top, silhouetted against the sky, is what it looks like the crumbling remnants of a lookout tower or some kind of observation point.
Might be worth checking out.
Well, at least we get a better layout of the island itself. It might be. Akarakle is the fortress itself, right?
Yes.
So
And we know we need to go to the fortress.
yes. But this might give us more information. I don't know.
We can go take a look.
So, yeah.
How far up is this watchtower?
Oh, 1, 2. It's about 4 miles from where you are.
Okay.
The last
Quite a-
portion of that will be at an angle. So it'll take you until probably well past midnight to get there. But anyway, there you go.
How are the rest
that what
of
you guys
you
are-
feeling? Do you wish to climb the mountain?
I'm up for climbing.
I just want to get off this place as soon as
Do we
possible.
want to get there at midnight though and find out we're in a battle?
This is why I ask. I do not need sleep. But you are different.
Isn't this whole place a battleground?
Let me get your. You want to get to the top up there? Is that what we're doing?
To the watchtower, yes.
I'm just gonna put each one like a hand on Matthias and a hand on Ra, and I'm going to turn into my favorite bird. Now you holding each one of them in one of my clutches, and then fly to the watchtower.
Rock and roll. Okay. The immense form of an Athasian rock is suddenly where Tin was standing, its feathers ruffling in the moonlight, and with Matthias in one claw and Ra in the other, the rock cracks its wings and is airborne, and you go streaking upwards, and as I say, about 4 miles distant, you're going to cross in just a few moments. Tick Tick, Portek, Bagal Bagal, you watch as your 3 companions become a small dot against the moonlit sky and then vanish into darkness against the bulk of the mountain.
Imagine, you know when you go shopping and you have like a really heavy bag and then like a really light one and you're carrying them both and you kind of end up with that weird lean, but flying, like just kind of like veering off to the side.
And that's why he's flying in circles.
Excellent. So, Constantine, with your rock vision, you can see indeed that the path winds up the steep slopes of what you guess is probably a dormant volcano. And there appears to be a crater at its top near the wreckage of the watchtower, and it levels off at the crown. Presumably, this is the crater of the volcano that created the island of Morgazh in ancient times. Circling around on the perimeter on the broken rim, as I said, the stone causeway circles it, and like a broken tooth jutting out of an old dead jaw, the lookout tower sits facing the south. Within the crater itself, you see what looks like a collapsed or collapsing barn. Huge crooked slats covered with lichen and moss make it difficult to see what sort of structure this may have been. And then as you watch, it begins to move. The struts change shape, spreading like great wings. It's not a collapsed barn at all. Those aren't fallen timbers covered in lichen and moss. Those are bones covered in the tattered remnants of flesh and feathers. And as it hurls itself up and out of the crater towards you, you realize that it is a rock, an undead rock of immense size. It shouts in the ancient war cry of their species and comes hurtling towards you.
As I see it burst up, and I am going to quickly pivot and head as fast as I can back to our esteemed teammates.
All right. Now you found
you
us.
You can
then.
give me you can give me an initiative roll, please, Constantine.
Especially if he's behind, and when there's trouble, you come and bring him back.
While he's
Nice.
flying, I'm going to be doing the swimming motion, try and speed him up.
I'm blissfully unaware.
Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you.
God damn it, Dwayne! What you got, Tim?
It's a 7.
And as a rock, you are currently huge, which adds another 9 to that. 16. Okay.
I can't see it, but can I smell what the rock is cooking?
You can probably smell Tin's sudden alarm, and then Matthias is making some weird swimming motions with his arm.
I I'm upset
Anyway.
that didn't get a laugh.
You
I'm
you
upset.
have you have smelled tin pooping.
As Constantine circles around to head back down the mountainside, this is all the time it needs for the undead rock to get itself fully airborne and up to full speed and catch up. And it comes sweeping along above you, claws outstretched, attempting to rake your back. Tin. These things have about 1 million hit dice, so
No, we're all gonna die then.
hits you on a 2, 13 and a 14. There we go. And it's bite. 2, so that's all 3 hits. 1, 2.
Gee, I wish I had a fly potion right about now.
Yeah, please don't drop us.
Okay. 10.
I think my AC is 14.
20. 32, 34, 35 points of damage from the multiple slashing claws and bite of the undead rock.
Bloody hell.
Did I say 32 just now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that puts you on 43 hit points. And as the rock wheels sideways, you see there is indeed an undead skeletal figure upon its back, clad in armor, a leather helm over its head. And as the rock wheels by, it turns a face towards you, gleaming, burning red lights in its eye socket, and stabs at your flank with its lance. 12s. 3. He misses. The speed of both his mount and you mean that the lance strikes nothing but empty air. Tin, you can act, and Ra and Matthias, if there's anything you can think of to do, of course, please feel free to make it so.
Yeah.
Can I make a swing at it? I don't know if I can, if I'm close enough.
Yeah, you can with a -4 to hit, shall we say, on account of being beclawed.
All right, let's.
So you only have to hit armor class 14.
Yeah. Oh, you guys got to roll your initiative if you haven't.
Well, we'll assume their initiative comes at the same as you because they're betinned.
So if I get all my hits and they're at -4, and if it's AC 14, they all hit.
Yeah.
And that is 26, 25, 19, and
94.
24 damage.
Jesus Christ.
Maths.
94.
Okay.
I was about to say that, Jade. I knew. I just.
Okay. Don't worry.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hanging from Tin's claws, you just whirl your Latulis furiously at the undead rock, and there's chunks of feather and bone and ancient rotted flesh fly from the thing. It's still airborne, one wing, however, badly damaged. Anything, Matthias?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Obviously, I'm guessing the rider's on some sort of saddle.
Yeah, he is.
I'm just gonna just whip at the saddle and try to loosen and unloose the saddle.
Okay, cool. Just make me a standard. Make that a disarm roll. Yeah, nice. Okay. Your whip cracks out in the evening sky, and one of these straps comes loose on one side of the saddle and then on another, and the whole saddle slews sideways and then gives way. And with a harsh throated, the undead rider falls from the rock and just disappears end over end, lost against the dark flank of the mountain. Constantine.
That's funny.
This is just all bad ideas. All of them are bad. Oh, wait, is my attack at a +15?
So is this happening still at a distance from us, right?
I will.
Yeah, you're seeing it happen in the sky.
So while I'm holding them, I'm going to turn around and I have my talons are full, so I can't fight with my talons.
You can bite though.
Yeah, it's one bite. Seeing that it's damaged, meaning probably flying slower. I'm gonna swoop down and try to use that the air under my wings to propel me further away from it, back towards our teammates.
Okay. Yes, you fold your wing back and drop into a rapid stomach churning dive. For you, it's perfectly natural. Matthias and Ra, however, you literally feel your guts almost come up into your mouth as down you go, low and fast over the ground, kicking up a huge swirl of dust behind. Tik-Tik, Bengal, Portek, you see the rock that is Tin approaching you at a rapid speed. And there is another one in the air behind him, moving considerably slower on its broken undead wing, but nevertheless still giving pursuit.
And you
Okay,
can
I
hear
want-
Ra's scream getting louder as she gets closer to you.
I'm
Okie
screaming.
dokie.
Best day
I'm
ever."
gonna aim my crossbow, one of the magic bolts, at the undead
Ooh.
rider.
Nice.
He's dead. He's gone, Don.
No, he fell.
Yeah, the undead rider has fallen off and
Oh, the
probably
rock. Done.
smashed into a million pieces.
Not the rider,
against
just the rock.
Yeah. Although it's not a +1 mountain, so he probably hasn't taken any damage. But anyway, yeah, aim for the rock. The rock is armor class 14, I said.
How close is it?
Oh no, wait, that's initiative. Sorry.
It's going to be, I mean, at the moment it's say 100 yards away, so
That's
It's a hit.
well out of
Is,
range.
is it also
medium range for most melee weapons.
is it also bombing after Tin?
It is, but not as effectively.
Is it a large enemy or a medium?
It's large.
Okay.
Armor class 37, holy crap.
I know.
Nice. Whoa. Okay. The crossbow bolt, although you don't see where it lands, you hear a solid thunk, and you actually see what appears to be a solid portion of a broken ribcage fall off the thing.
Oh.
It judders in the air. You've dealt it a fairly harsh injury with your crossbow bolt. Tin sweeps over your heads. I don't know if you circle around and prepare to land, but in that moment, the other rock comes zooming after him. It doesn't appear to have noticed your small figures on the ground. Its attention concentrating on the other large avian in front of it. So Portek and Tik-Tik.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some chatkachas at it as it flies overhead.
Yep.
If it comes within 30 yards, can
Yes,
I hold
it does
that
as it flies overhead.
as it flies overhead?
Yeah.
Okay, that's when I'm gonna hold until it gets within short range, so I can fire.
Yes. Good.
All right. And then
We're all having at the same time the action, right?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah.
okay, here we go. What's my throwing speed? This is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the armor class? 14, you said?
14. Yeah.
So they all hit.
Okay.
And that's a large creature, presumably.
Yeah, sure.
1, 2, 3, 4. So that does 16, 27.
35.
All right. What he said.
All right. 35. Outstanding. And let's wait till Carl finishes his interpretive dance. Carl, anything from Portek?
Over the dance.
You are the true lord of the dance, no matter what all those idiots at work say.
Yeah. What happened exactly? So with
Tik-Tik put about 1 million chatkachas into the rock as it
and
zoomed
that
overhead.
resulted into what?
Well, this is happening at the same time as you, so what are you doing?
Okay, fair enough. Portek starts casting. I don't know whether I
Starts
already...
casting.
Huh?
Okay, right. So the chatkachas appear to have had the desired effect because the rock's wings fold underneath it, and the whole thing just slams into the ground, like it passes maybe 15 feet over your head, and then hits the ground at a tremendous impact and a tremendous angle. The front of the rock just splits open, bone shards and broken flesh flying in all directions, and its wings whack, 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 end over end. And then I guess your spell goes off.
Yeah, it was a protection from evil.
Okay, so you're protected.
We already had that cast.
Oh, that was back on the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The rock has fallen, slain by a continual rush of attacks from you.
So
I see if I can retrieve my chatkachas.
Yes, you can. They'll probably be embedded in its body.
I don't let that stop me.
Shall we try this ascent to the tower again? Maybe.
Well, I'm just going to point out that at the top of the tower, Constantine was actually able to get a fairly good overview of the island itself, which I've popped up on Roll20 for you now. Okay, so you can see here the beach where you arrived. There's the parade ground.
Right.
There's the junction where you came out from the south.
Mm-hmm.
There's the crater where the rock was. The road heads, each hex here, by the way, is 1.5 miles.
Okay.
On the other small peaks, there's nothing of any interest. You can see all the foliage around them. Here, however, on the southernmost peak, there does appear to be some stone structure. And then finally, at the far southern tip of the island, an immense rampart, a great wall sealing off the area around the fortress itself. And then way down at the tip, over the cliffs, is what must be the ruins of Akarakle itself.
Gotcha. And where was the little watchtower that we were looking at?
The watchtower was right here, on the lip of the volcano right here.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
So what's it to be? Pressing further south along the road?
I suggest we heal Tin first.
Yeah, Tin is quite badly hurt from the attacks of the rock.
I do land, but I'm not changing shapes.
You're not staying shape. Okay.
I will do. Give me a sec. I do a cure critical wounds on him.
All right.
Which is
And you said you're remaining in rock form, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And what's the? There we go.
That's 16 points.
Okay, 59 hit points. A goodly proportion of your injuries are healed by
Following it up with another one.
The loamy earth magic of Portek. Okay, that heals you fully.
So, looking over my party, how many can I fit in each talon comfortably flying?
One person in each talon, not really because of size, but simply because of just ease to grip. And you could fit another 2 on your back, but without a saddle, they run the risk of falling off.
What if I held like 1 or 2 people and then he held me in a talon?
Realistically, you're only going to be able to hold the halfling because he's weak enough.
So Ra holds Bengal. I go in the other talon because I'm the other biggest, and that leaves Portek and Matthias to sit on the back, who we can strap on with ropes.
I have a ability.
Wait for me with your strap on.
I have an ability which allows me to craft. Let me see. I think it's like weapons and armor.
Now you mention it, there's probably a rock saddle lying somewhere on the mountainside.
You know what? Probably
That's the funny thing is, once you guys are all on my back, and you guys are, I'm already flying over that way and getting low enough so that way, kind of just flapping my wings, keeping my nice little hover, so somebody can grab, the saddle that that poor bastard fell off in.
Yeah, but he's probably going to be around there somewhere too.
No, from that height, there's no skeleton that's landing from that height that's still going to be like, "Hi, Bob, I'm doing good."
Okay, well, you never know. It is undead,
You might hear.
He's a skeleton.
Me, you go get my arm. It's over there.
I want a fair fight, so my leg, 30 paces that way.
Yeah. All right.
So is that the plan then? So
what-
Matthias and Portek are kind of on the back, holding on while Tin is quite close to the ground. So if you do fall off, it's not
I'll
far
be
to
going
go.
If we
slow.
do fall
I
off,
will
we'll
not be
only die
taking my
once.
full speed. I'll be flying slow and steady, close to the ground, so that way everybody's comfortable.
What sort of height are you trying to maintain off the ground? Like 20
Well,
feet,
given-
30 feet, 10 feet? What?
Realistically, for my size, 10 feet's unrealistic. I'd have to do about 30 to actually have the
30.
lift to stay in
30
the air.
you could probably manage.
You got your feet.
Okay,
Just walk. We'll just sit on you
I
like a horse.
just want a dex check from Portek and Matthias, please.
Oh, what? Good luck, Portek. You really need one for me?
These are going great.
Can I foul?
This is great.
Nice. Okay. You bury your hands into Constantine's feathers, perhaps a little more tightly than is really fair. But at any rate, you are secured, the pair of you on the back. And Tin, you pick up the Kreen and the half-giant, and thereby also the halfling, and swoop back up the mountainside, your eagle vision searching the slopes ahead of you until, yes, there in the growing gloom, you spot it. The slightly battered remnants of the saddle. You descend.
Do I see Bob?
Yeah, okay, so about 5 or 6 yards from the saddle, there is the shattered remnants of what clearly was the Rock Rider. His lower body has come entirely apart. One of his arms is gone, but the upper half is still intact, and a hand kind of reaches out, and his head lifts up. As it tries to drag itself across the broken earth towards you.
In rock, I'm screaming. All you hear is like, "Quah, quah." But what if any other rocks would hear, "Holy shit, Bob made it!"
There's no way he's getting near you, the state that he's in, and retrieving the saddle is not difficult at all. I presume, Tick Tick, you're able to snatch it up from the ground as Tin swoops over the top of it. The Rock Rider gives one last...
As we're flying away, I'm like...
As you fly away.
I have 4 arms, so I can do that with 3 hands.
You can do it with your toes too. With the saddle in your possession, it's back down onto the safe ground below. And then, Ra, yes, you put your leatherworking skills to the task of repairing the damage that Matthias did and attaching it firmly and safely to Constantine. It's about an hour's work. And the moons are wheeling high overhead. Ra and Guthe, brilliant globes of light in the dusty star-filled sky. By the time your rock is ready for riding.
While she's doing the repairs, I'm going to be making rations for everybody. Just dried meats and some water and just handing them out to everybody.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Tick Tick, you provide the food. Ra, you provide the saddle. Anything from Matthias, Bingle Bangle, or Portek while this is going on?
Did the skeleton have a lance or something?
It did, but you didn't see it in the darkness after it fell.
Please keep all your hands and feet
I'm
inside.
While they're working on it, I'm just going to keep an eye out and they hear it and listen out.
Exits are here, and here. Sorry.
Tin is almost, Ra is almost finished getting the saddle ready for Tin. Matthias, you walk to the edge of the road, back again, scouring the darkness.
I will also keep an eye out.
A full cycle of the sun, the voice says, seeming to come out of the very night itself. A full cycle of the sun, we have laid siege to the wizard's fortress. My men are restless. I think we will soon storm Akarakle's walls. Ra announces that the saddle is ready.
I stop preening and allow make sure, and I shift a little to make sure it's on good.
I relay what I just
It's
heard.
been well attached. It's not the first rock saddle that you guys have had an encounter with, having flown back from Karana on a pair of these.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Ra's done a pretty good job.
I have an idea. If we get close to that wall, this was Wizard Tower, no?
Apparently.
There might be barrier. I take a handful of like loose rocks and put them in a small pouch and just keep them on my person.
Yes.
Perhaps we get close, we throw some stones to see if there's some more magics protecting this wall before we fly over it.
Yes, and a spell to check. I would indeed agree that is wise.
Fine.
Are we going to fly over the wall now, or are we going to go to that tower on that mountain there first?
What do you think it could be? It's late, so we would need a rest soon.
That's what I was thinking exactly. Portek whips out the looking glass that we got in the desert and starts to have a observation on that tower. What he sees.
So it's a chalky hill, a small stone structure standing against the sky. Little more than the foundations of it remain. Silhouetted against the great disk of Guthay, you're certain you can see a huge black anvil. And there is an amorphous, vaguely human form standing by it. Hammering. Hammering at something upon the anvil.
He rubs his eyes and hands the looking glass to Matthias. Am I seeing this right? Do you see somebody on that tower hammering on an anvil?
I'll take a look.
You do indeed.
Is it another ghost?
Could well be.
Can I determine if it's an illusion or anything from here?
Not from this distance, no. As I said, the form itself is sort of amorphous, vaguely human. As if smoke had been gathered together in an imitation of a man.
Question is, we need to rest. It's late. So I don't recommend paying him a visit just yet.
No. But where are we going to rest?
Are they all on my back at this point?
That's up to you guys if this is happening in flight or if you're still fapping. I mean, preparing.
Have we been to this watchtower yet?
Yeah, the watchtower itself was a ruin. The rock was the main feature of interest on the central mountain.
Why don't we set up camp here?
On this one,
and I will just land where the rock was, because most times rocks
up by
are
the crater.
predatory.
Right, yes.
Yeah, because rocks. I know rocks are predatory, and there's only ever one in an area.
Yeah.
So, and nothing's normally going there. So I'll land up there where, because it may have some treasure there too. So land up there and take my form. And just
so
let you all know
my
that
biggest
you should
concern.
be
My
safe.
biggest concern is an island full of undead and us trying to sleep. But there you go.
That's why we're high. And I've already reverted. That's why we're up here. We're high. Nothing can, or most things will not be able to get up here.
Or in that crater thing?
In the crater, yeah.
Yeah.
If
This
there is
was
any
a rock.
such-
This was a rock nest. They don't have many predators, if any, so nothing's coming up here.
Well, unless it's from the tower.
If there's any such thing as a safe place on Morgazh, this will be it. There are indeed no entities upon this island foolish enough to climb up here where they know an undead rock lives, and you rest well, sleep well. Your spells and your various powers are restored by the hours of peace.
Mark, during the hours of the night, I am going to coat my claws with Dazzle.
Oh, okay. So that wipes your venom for the day,
Yes.
but you've now got nice badass Dazzle on your claws. Okay, good. And we were just playtesting this, so let's say +2 damage to each strike,
Okay.
and we'll see how that works. Okay, good.
I'm going to put some stone skins on some of the beeps.
Right, yes. Roll for that, please. Go ahead.
I'm going to do it before we go rest, yeah?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So
Mark, also overnight, I
I'll-
would have made this my location. So I just need to know what elements I have at my disposal.
Also,
air, earth, and silt.
I misheard Dazzle as Tassel, and now I just think of Tick Tick as like a little cheerleader. Like,
Indeed. And he's singing rah rah rah.
Yeah, I'm not doing jazz hands. This is not what's going on here.
Yeah, you are. Who gets the stone skins, Carl?
I suggest tin.
I'm going to give stone skin to Tin, yeah? That's a good one.
He's
I'm
a
going to give...
squishy boy.
Yeah, I'm going to give one to Tick Tick.
Nice.
And
Thanks.
Wait.
going to give one to Bengal.
Thank you.
Constantine. Tick tick.
Let me quickly check.
How many do we get?
I roll.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
half his level plus D4, and Bingle Bangle. So it's going to be at least 6.
Right.
Give me a sec.
Okay, so I have a stone skin on Tick Tick, I have a stone skin on Constantine, and I have a stone skin on Bagal.
And there is a stone skin on Matthias as well.
Ooh, okay.
And Matthias.
Your skin.
Okay, good.
It is like stone.
And then in the morning, once I've replenished my spells, there's also a stone skin on me and on Panda.
So everybody.
Yes.
Okay, and on poor tech.
Popo.
All right. Okay, so yes, Portek's elemental magics surround you both in the night and in the morning that follows, and your skin toughens and becomes stone-like across all the extremities. This will protect you from a number of blows. Just to recap the rules for 2nd edition Stone Skin, every attack, either whether it misses or whether it hits, depletes a charge. Okay? And so do spells that deal direct physical damage, like lightning bolts and magic missiles and stuff. That dumb trick with throwing gravel at people doesn't count. Counts as one attack. Right. Your discussion over the campfire in the cone of the volcano suggested that you have decided, should I say, to proceed to the strange forge atop the southernmost of Morgazh's peaks. Are you going to travel there by rock, or?
It's probably wisest. It's quicker.
We're gonna roll in on the rock.
So, Where did you want me to head?
So
The wall?
that's,
The
as
mountain.
I understood it, the discussion was to go to the forge here.
Yeah, the forge.
Bing, bing,
Very well.
bing.
And I will begin to, again, take the shape, plumage coming into view. As my body would then fill into the saddle that I would kind of sit under before my transformation.
Yeah.
So now he's a rock because you're stoned.
So you crawl under the saddle, get yourself in position, and then your wings spread out. The saddle folds around you. Your companions tighten the straps where they need to be. Matthias and Portek mount up. And then you're aloft, clutching Min-Max and the Kreen in your claws, airborne, and swooping south over the central hills and forests of Morgazh. At one time, this place must have been lush and verdant. The ash spewed from its old volcano, making the soil rich in nutrients. And here, below, the forests have lined the flanks of these mountains. No life. No birds. Nothing that crawls or flies or begs, fights or flees. Desolation, and desolation only. Silent is Morgazh as your wings cast shadows across its terrain. The sun bursts over the silt in the east and strikes you thwack like a hammer blow. You swoop in the direction of the southernmost cone, where you can see the outlines of the ruin. And yeah, indeed, against the olive sky, that strange, amorphous, smoky form. As you fly, a voice rises from the wind, and this you hear. Is it coming from the forge ahead? Merrick had a sword made, the voice says, to take the wizard's head. And then it is gone, the echo fading with each wing beat. Just as you're drawing near, there's something about the angle of the sun rising over the horizon, your viewpoint headed toward the south, your height in the air, most of all of you see something. Far, far to the south of Morgazh. To the south and to the east. Out in the depths of the Sea of Silt. Surely nothing to do with your current mission here today. But you can't ignore it. It looks like a great bank of cloud. An immense, roiling wall. Like a storm that sits out in the depths of the silt. It's not moving. Every now and then you catch a burst of crimson lightning within those clouds. What could this be? This great storm churning at the heart of the dust ocean. The answers to that question will have to wait another day. But it's a sight you will not soon forget. For now, Constantine the Rock is circling down toward the mountain, atop which you can indeed see the empty ruin of a stone structure standing against the sky. Beyond the mountain, a great plain that leads toward the ramparts. But on the hill itself, the foundations of the building, all that remains, and as I said, standing next to it, now very, very clear, a great black anvil. And a dark, amorphous, humanoid form hammering silently upon what you see is the blade of a great sword. As you draw near, the smith pauses at his work. and his smoky head rises to see you. Glowing red eyes, fueled by like an intense red glow from a forge that no longer burns. The illumination from his eyes playing across the great black metal blade upon which he works, across the metal of the anvil. And he lowers his hammer and stares up into the sky towards you. What do you guys do?
I hold my hands up in a gesture that we come in peace.
As we approach, I would obviously slow my speed. I don't want to come in like a bullet at him.
Yep.
I, feeling the speed slow, assume that we're close because I can't see him. And just in case, with Bengal in one arm, I just kind of wave and unsure if anything's even there.
Do you actually land, Tim?
I have not landed. Nobody has said anything. Is he making any kind of motions, or I'm looking for any motions of "I'm gonna fuck you up"? That's what I'm looking.
At the moment, the spectral smith is simply standing, looking at you in the sky as you drift back and forth on the early morning thermals.
With the lack of fuckery on his part, I will land.
Okay. So Minmax and Tick, you are deposited as Constantine lands, his claws grinding into the chalky earth. Portek and Matthias, you're still on his back. The smith strides forward.
Who are you? You wear not the livery of Lord Merrick.
I'm Ra. We're friends, don't worry.
You are friends to Lord Merrick.
To you.
Who sent you? Is the time now? Has word come from King Hamanu?
I look down at Bengal like,
Do we tell him?
No.
Tell me what? I have labored these long hours to craft the blades that will take the life of the accursed Hakar.
I was just gonna...
No, sorry, do go on.
We await but the word to commence our assault.
And you have made the blade for whom?
For Merrick to wield against Hakar, as was commanded by our king, the Lion of the North.
Merrick is Hamanu's general, right?
Yes. The lion sent him to take Akarakle.
Actually, you may recall in your conversation with Hamanu, he did say that he had heard of Akarakle and then changed the subject.
Yes. I remember
Mind
this.
you, from what you know from the chronicle that you just transcribed from the Obsidian Princess, this is 1,000 years or more gone. How long has Hamanu been king?
It's a
How
very
common of a
question.
name is Hamanu?
It's actually very common in Uruk, yes.
Hamanu
So
the 15th,
yeah.
Hamanu the 18th.
It could be his like great great grandfather or something.
Let's go with that. Yeah.
That must be the explanation.
Did Hamanu send you?
Yes, he did.
The smith stares directly into your eyes, and the crimson blaze that is his vision burns into yours.
I see truth.
Eat.
You have come for the sword.
Yes.
It is time then. Time for Hakar to fall and Akarakle to be ours.
You have the sword.
He turns and strides back to the anvil. It is an immense two-handed blade. Its hilt wrapped in what must be the hide of a sinkworm.
While he's striding back, I cast a detect magic.
Ah. The sword is not magical. Forged, yes. Enchanted, no. And of course, an immense swirl of necromantic energy around the smith.
Clearly, yeah.
He turns and presents it to you. Big, black, bladed battle sword.
Give this to Merrick. He will know what to do.
I accept the sword.
Okay. I mean, it's like bigger than you are, but...
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
fine.
exactly. Thank you.
He bows. And as he does so, it is like a wind sweeps across the hilltop. And it takes the smoky, amorphous form of the smith with him. He says, in his last moments,
So long. It has been so long. No.
and then he's gone.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What? No.
Ra waits for him to respond, not knowing that he's gone.
There is no reply.
Mark, is there any context to this encounter in my newly found racial memories?
You can make me an ancient history roll, please. You want 13s or lower.
Yes, hold on, let me just find the proficiencies.
You recall that there was a time when the Dra made war upon one another.
Yeah.
Waging great battles across the face of the tablelands. Many, many died. This must be an echo of such a time.
Okay.
A battle that was never completed. Spirits denied their rest in Dej.
He looks around.
Have you got a new sword, Portek?
We have the sword that was created for Hamanu's general 1,000 years or more ago to take the head of the wizard that ruled the city of Akarakle.
So I'm guessing that this undead general is going to be somewhere, yes?
He probably is among the dead on this island.
Yes. Probably
Because the sword was never given, so he never got to the point that he actually attacked the city. Right? Logic dictates that.
Yes. But we're seeing spectres and spirits are here. There's no doubt that this general is going to be here as well.
Somewhere, yes.
And what are we going to expect? We also need to remember that we're not going to be alone here. We're expecting people here. If they're not on their way, we know
They already are here, you mean?
They are here, are they?
I don't know. I have no idea. Could be.
Would they have beaten the boat?
It depends on what they did. It's quite possible that they've beaten the boat if they... No, actually, I don't think they would have.
Oh.
Because they didn't know where to go, did they?
Who knows what magics the Templar have?
No, I know what kind of magics they have, but they didn't know where to go. That's why we were going by the giants. Had they known where they were going in the first place, properly, they would have never bothered with this whole hoo-ha of traveling. Hamanu would have sent them here, with a...
Speaking of Hamanu, is that his family name?
No, that's him.
But that's long ago, though.
They are immortal, these kings. They made themselves immortal.
Oh. Do you think he could do that for us?
Do you want that?
Why would
You know what kind of price you have to pay for like that? You want to be like a sorcerer king?
I mean, what's the price?
What are the hours like?
Souls.
Yeah, what's
What
the
hours like?
what's
Does
the
it come
weekly
with
pay?
health benefits?
Exactly. Health insurance.
Well, actually, that's one thing it does come with.
I suppose, yes.
Do you get like worker discounts or anything like that? Like,
Just remember, Ra, of how they stayed in power, sacrificing people for souls.
oh, so they have to kill to live longer.
They sacrifice.
Well, they have to kill to get there, that's for sure. And if they want to become something else beyond the Sorcerer King, they need to kill a lot of people, like we know.
As to all things that seek power.
Yes. So...
Not much for power, just being nice to not have to worry about, the looming threat of death.
But where would the fun be in that?
I think that's where the fun would be, Matthias.
Avoiding death every day. That's an adventure in itself.
Don't you think it would be more fun without the worry, though?
I think all things in life have a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's the way of things. If you go against the way of things, it's unnatural. It's not good. And it's always at the expense of something.
You could end up death every day.
You could end up looking like the things we've just been fighting out there.
Yeah, they are also immortal, into a way.
I don't know what they look like. But I mean, I'm not.
You don't want to. It's not pleasant.
Walking bones.
But
So, is this sword cool? Are you going to use it?
it's far too big for me. But it might come in handy where we're going. It might be a great gift to the wizards that we need to look for.
Do you want me to carry it for you?
Yes, that's a good plan. Because I think you're the only one big enough to carry it. Here it is. I'm handing it to you.
What would happen if it got into Hamanu's hands?
I don't know.
Is it magical?
No, it's not.
Why do they want it? Why is it important?
I don't know. It could be psionic. I have no real way of detecting that. I think. It could be that it was not yet ensorcelled and they were planning to ensorcel it after it was made. I don't know. I don't have the answers to the question.
It's for its
Actually,
aesthetic.
We're talking 1,000 years ago, so who knows what
Yeah.
the process is. Where now? Should we search this place? The undead's gone. Let's take a look around.
Mm-hmm.
A cursory and then a more thorough search reveals that there is nothing here that the elements have not long since worn away. The building itself gone, the contents blown away or simply formed to ruin over the passage of centuries. The anvil remained, the sword remained, and the spirit remained. Somehow the three things tied together by whatever curse of undeath that fell upon this place. But you spend a good half an hour or more sifting through the ruins and come up sadly empty-handed. Only the blade itself.
So no +5 Vorpal whips of the beheading.
No +5 Vorpal whips of beheading here.
Right. Awesome. At least I know there's a chance.
Do I find a nice place to scratch my back?
You do actually. One of the lower ends of the ruined wall of the smithy is just about the right height for you to. Oh yeah, just there.
But you can't do
This
it
trip was
because
worth
you've got
it.
Stone skin on.
This trip was worth it. I'm glad we came here. I needed this.
It does remove your stone skin, but you'd feel much better.
Don't even care. Worth it.
What's the condition of the anvil?
Pitted with age, but nevertheless a giant freaking hunk of iron. You could probably sell this thing for an awful lot of money if you're.
I was about to say that's a lot of metal.
Yeah, let's just leave now.
We're rich.
Retire.
Yeah. How much does it weigh?
The anvil weighs half a ton.
500.
So 1,000 pounds. Yeah,
1,000
no, these
pounds.
are weird fucking American tons, so it's
Oh,
1,000
yeah.
pounds. Yeah.
Am I able to carry it with ease?
Question we're not considering, guys, is Hermanu going to notice his anvil on Desert Bay when we try to sell this thing?
Desert Bay.
Desert Cart, it's called actually.
It is though.
It is.
Yeah.
They deliver really quickly.
Well, it's been
okay,
1,000
so
years. I'm not sure he's going to notice at all.
The anvil itself, yeah, that's something you could conceivably, if you can get it off the island, yeah, you can do something with that. But that's perhaps something to consider after you have dealt with whatever you're here to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, what's next for you guys? By land, overland toward the ramparts, or back aboard Tin Air and.
Well, it seems like it's the safest way to travel on this island because there's so much undeath on the on the ground. But you know, we've already seen that the rock was the flying undead rock was out there. So I suppose it's half a dozen of one or 6 of the other. So
What time of day is it?
morning?
Now it's morning. Yeah, it's like an hour after sunrise.
Have we had breakfast yet, or are we expecting that on Tin Air?
Hmm.
I haven't printed your boarding passes yet, so you have time for breakfast.
Okay, we mount up and go to the ramparts then, yeah?
Yeah. But don't fly over them. Fly in front of them, because if there is still defensive spells on that rampart, we need to see whether they are there before we fly over them.
Well, Tim would fly down, and he would stay suitably safe away, far enough that he can, with his eyes, his eagle eyes there, and just kind of look along the rampart to see if there's anything living there. If needed, he can get close enough so you can throw some detecting at it. But he's not flying over the damn thing like a boss.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for
Okay.
like, illusions and stuff like that.
Yes. So the road runs, as you can see on the map, pretty much right the way up to the ramparts. And although worn by weather and broken by time, the ramparts still remain largely intact. The wall is about 20 foot high and stretches east and west as far as the eye can see on the ground and from the air, cutting off the entire southern tip of Morgazh from cliffside to cliffside. In front of it, a huge siege engine lies on its side in fragments. There are bodies scattered around below, many of them half giant in size. You see the skeletons of what you think could well indeed be full-size giants, and a lesser number of smaller forms. Beyond that, over a couple of miles, 2 to 3 miles distance beyond the ramparts, you can see in the distance the ruins of what must be Akarakle itself, at the southern tip of the island. This is all visible from the air in a couple of passes back and forth along the outer edge of the ramparts, without, as you say, crossing over.
I cast to detect magic.
From the air. Okay, so you're going to need to get down to 60 feet
Yeah.
for the detect magic to be within range of the walls.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we do.
Okay, cool. Right. Where are we here? Okay. You sweep down nice and low over the ramparts, and Tin, what you do are kind of like a relatively close flyby along the walls, so Portek can scan down below, as it were.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, good. Right. So Portek, what you see is indeed magical energies, a considerable number of them actually. You see necromantic energies all amongst the bodies, and they're kind of the necromantic energies are budding, pulsing, and rising as if your proximity has triggered some kind of awareness within them. And down below, you can see several of the half-giant forms pulling themselves to their feet, grabbing for weapons, looking around for whatever life force it is that is drawn close enough to them to pique their awareness. But it's not that really catches your attention. It's from around the siege engine itself. The sun, low in the east, cast a long shadow of the siege engine stretching out across the ground. And this shadow starts to move, churning, twisting, and lengthening, and then rising up off the ground like a spinning funnel of black smoke up skywards toward the rock. The energies you see around this are not necromantic at all. It looks like some kind of very, very powerful conjuration summoning. Whatever this is, you're not even sure it's of this plane of existence. At any rate, it comes surging skyward toward you, a formless black shape, strange bluish energies flickering within it. And we really need to roll for initiative before shit gets real.
The wall is not magical then.
The wall itself, there's no magic on the wall at all.
That's very important.
Run away!
Run away!
Bravely run away.
Okay, Inish people, and don't forget exactly where you are on the Tenacraft. Bingle Bangle.
I got an 8.
You're an 8. You are clutched in Ra's meaty paws. Portek on the saddle.
6.
A 6. Tick.
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8, did you? Okay, and
Yeah.
Matthias.
7.
7. Ra.
10.
And 10.
Dum, dum, dum.
You're muted.
16 because +9.
+9?
16.
Because of my size, I have a +9 in my initiative.
Oh dear.
Well, that's crap for you guys. The immense shadowy form, and it really is like 25 to 30 feet of roiling, churning shadow, swoops upward and engulfs or attempts to. It's armor class 24. Engulfs the entire front quarters of the rock. Tin's head and the front sides of its wings and the, kind of his entire chest is engulfed in this great swirling cloud of black, smoky energy. Constantine, you feel an utter horrendous, chilling cold rip through your body. You take 27 points of damage.
Stone skin help?
It does not. It's not a physical attack. It does actually. So 27, 50, 60. No, sorry. 48. You're on. My maths is off. Okay. And it happens right away. Okay. The black energy rushes down Constantine's body, not touching anyone who he is holding. Seems to map itself almost perfectly to the outline of the rock. And then the rock disappears.
What?
And you're falling.
Quickly. While we're in the holder.
Plummeting. And we said 60 feet. Let's make it 50 feet.
Can I?
You will have been within the 60. All of a sudden, the rock is gone. The great black swirling cloud-like form hangs in the air, and you can see it begins to briefly take shape. And just for a split second, it has a kind of almost like a torso and great stretching arms, and its head with twin gashes of luminous blue energy for eyes, the lower half tailing away. And then, of course, all of you are falling, right? In the moments that you're falling, does anybody have anything that they can do to stop themselves taking 5d6 damage as they plummet toward the earth?
I will try to use my wings to just frantically, do the... and just try to slow my descent. And if I can glide in any direction, I'll try and glide towards the wall.
Okay. Anything from anyone else?
Sorry, do I have any... Will I have any idea of how close I am to the ground?
No.
All right.
Oh, well, unless there was a discussion where Portek said, please fly in less than 60 feet. I think that's probably quite sensible that would have happened. So yes, you reckon you're about 50 odd feet from the ground.
Yeah.
I'm holding Bengal, and I just say, tell me when we're close to the floor.
Okay. I mean, it's coming up pretty soon.
and as soon as Bengal says that we're close, I'm going to throw Bengal upwards, which I'm hoping slows their descent a little bit.
Right.
Physics.
I'm hoping
Okay.
that's what we're after.
Fine. Portek or Matthias? Portek and or Matthias?
Portek is going to activate his power to be able to sink in the earth.
Right as you hit it. Yes.
Sploosh.
Okay. And Matthias.
I would like to get ready my acrobatic skill and whips out, and I'm going to try and whip onto something, like the wall or whatever.
The side of the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So here we go in order then. Tick.
Wait. I didn't get to say what I was doing.
Other
than being tossed in the air, yes.
Your choice was be tossed in the air.
I would like to use my acrobatics thingy.
Outstanding, guys. Outstanding. Okay, right. Okay, so let's go in order of what I was told then. Tick. You are going to try your vestigial wings.
Yes.
Okay.
Just to slow down my... I mean, they used. Yeah. I use them whenever I jump any distance.
You can make me a dex check at -5, please. So that's 13.
Okay.
To reduce the damage, and I'm going to roll a bunch of damage here. Whoa.
Doesn't sound good, Tick.
I don't know. I'm just.
Did you pass?
I did not, but I'm going to use my D20 inspiration.
Wow, that's a terrible roll.
It is a terrible roll. It just gives me a reroll, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay,
a lot better.
Right. Nice. Yes. Okay. You slam into the ground, and oh, hey, stone skins. Okay. So you're going to take no damage from the stone skin. In fact, none of you is.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to smack off a bunch of stone skin here.
Can I at least say that I landed on my feet?
Yep.
Okay. Could I direct my descent in any way, like a squirrel suit?
So we'll use that roll to say that you landed on the wall if that's what you're trying to do.
Yes, I kind of hoped to do that. Yes. Okay. Touch the wall. It goes off like a bug zapper, and there's a brief flash. And that was the end of Tick Tick.
Okay, so you all attempt various methods to slow yourselves down and throw your hobbit in the air. Portek just plunges into the earth. There's actually a ripple as he goes straight into the ground. The rest of you swinging off the surroundings around you, and super grateful for the stone skins that Portek has placed upon you. Given the nature of your fall, I am docking you all more than one charge each. But that seems eminently fair to me, at least.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Not from Portek though; he doesn't lose any. So yeah, you hit the ground, bounce once or twice, and come stumbling to a halt. The immense swirling black form descends down towards you. There is actually a map for this area, so I'm gonna.
Thank goodness.
Remember where it is. There it is. And so you guys can please drag your little dudes onto the map.
I don't know where to drag myself.
If you go to your character sheet and just
No, I mean, where on the map am I? I disappeared.
oh, sorry, not you, Tin. So on the map you can see the rampart over here on the right, the wall as it were, broken bridge, a kind of ravine thing with a dried out riverbed, and the road approaching from the left. Standing around are, as you can see, these various half giants. They're mostly over in this area here, and these two guys here, by the way, would appear to be sort of spectral Crodlu riders. And as you guys slam into the ground, the immense shadowy form, as I said, comes funneling down. It lands just about here, and there's a picture to accompany it.
I land way off in the distance, not even close to those enemies. So
that's completely fine.
I'm back home.
We should put the map back though.
I will put the map back. I'm just going to this image that's come up, by the way.
Yes.
This shows you the collapsed siege engine. Rising up around it is the form of the immense black, monstrous giant thing that appear to have engulfed Tin. Lumbering in front of it are groups of half-giant warriors, and showing just at the back a pair of, they look to be riders on Crodlu, but their entire form is made of swirling, smoking, crimson and black mists, not corporeal at all. So, back to the map.
Oh, look, it's Thad.
Okay.
Are these squares 5 feet?
I can't remember. I believe so.
Right.
I'm
large, so I need to.
I think they're 10, actually.
Ah, okay.
Just a second. I'll check for you. Can't remember what I did. 10, yeah.
Okay, I'll
10.
just leave my token
Yeah,
as it is then.
I'm size
Okay.
XXL.
XXL. Right. Okay, so you've hit the ground. Portek.
That creature that.
Oh, you're all on the wall.
Good landing.
That's cool.
Is that what we went for?
I don't know. I guess
I know
it
I
is.
did.
No, I did, yeah.
I just put myself next to you guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, I'll go over here then. Fuck you guys.
that creature that enveloped Tin. What's it doing? And where's Tin? Do we see Tin in his form, or?
You don't see Tin. The creature over here has now reared itself to its full height on the ground and turned its horrendous blue energy-filled gaze toward you. And the whole temperature around you appears to be has dropped several degrees, as if it's sapping the very warmth from the air. That's quite nice, actually.
Okay, I will start casting.
Casting time of what?
Casting time of Protection of Evil. 10 foot radius.
No, how long does it take? What I mean is...
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
You're looking it up. You're stalling. Okay, sorry, I didn't realize that.
I don't know what the casting time is. Give me a sec.
Okay, while Carl looks that up, Matthias.
You should have this on your character sheet, Carl.
Here it is. 7. 11.
Okay, so it goes off on a 13. Okay.
I am going to... God.
I need to come back to you.
Yes, please.
Okay, Bengal, and Tick Tick, actually.
Yay!
I'm going to draw Othen's Flame.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to see if this tower, this thing here, what is that?
Yep. That is a watchtower to either side of the main gate.
Right, and is that accessible from the wall's top, from the rampart?
Yeah, I can. It looks to me like there's a little stairway that's been drawn in next to it. So yes, you can.
Okay, and assuming is it open? Is it broken? Does it have windows?
It's roofed. So
Yes.
look. This one is open over here. See?
Yes.
These ones are roofed.
Right.
But yes, they do have windows and arrows that's looking around in all directions.
Okay, gotcha. I'm going to try and take cover with this so that this thing can't see me. So I'm just going to hold my action until it comes around, and basically holding until it comes into range, view, whatever, and within sword range, and then I will attack it.
Okay, so have you ignited Earthand's Flame?
Yes, because that's what happens when you draw it, isn't it?
Okay, and so you take cover behind the edge of the tower, and at the same time as that, what do you do?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna.
you're over there.
Yeah, I'm all the way over here. I want it to be different.
Yep, that's good.
So there are these two riders here, right?
Yeah, as I said, they're kind of these weird, ghostly forms. In fact, as you look down upon them, you're not even entirely sure that the riders are separated from the Crodlu.
Oh.
It's as if their forms have been melded together into a single spectral entity.
Okay.
Gross.
Well, I'm gonna take a round to optimize my armor, and also try and get their attention.
By doing what?
I don't know. Calling them names, making rude gestures. You decide. It's a roulette.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So you call Whoop, and they do indeed appear to...
Hey, look at this. I
respond.
did this to your mom last night.
All right. And they're actually next in initiative, so that works out quite well.
Yeah.
They come charging along here to the base of the wall, but you higher up, they find themselves, currently at least, unable to reach you. And so
Oh,
they
what's
hold
that?
action.
Little nasty guys can't get me. Oh, that's such a shame.
Matthias got an action for me yet?
Yes, I am going to fire 2 darts at the big creature.
Yep.
Do-do-do-do. 3 darts, actually. 2, 30 and a 25.
Okay, it's armor class 16.
Okay, so it's 2 hits. I guess
Yep.
it's large.
Yes, it is. The darts whistle through its body, and as they emerge from the far side, you see them covered in almost like crackling black smoke. They sail through the thing,
Bypass
hit the ground,
resistance.
where they shatter
I got bypass resistance.
At what?
+1.
Yeah. So they hit the ground on the far side and shatter. Ra.
They're still.
Yeah, they do.
As
if they've been frozen solid.
Oh, wow.
Ra.
I'm also gonna do my
I'm going to hide after that, sorry.
my armor optimization. However, I would like to, if possible, ready with my boots ability to kind of hop away if anyone does come to attack me. I just kind of
Okay, good. Okay, so you're down. You're gonna. So, Matthias, you duck down behind one of the battlements, nicely hidden in the shadows. Ra, you're down in the stream bed. So, if you want to use your boots to leap out of there now, go ahead. Otherwise, you're holding.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was like the bridge was on this level.
No, okay. So maybe it's not clear. So the bridge is broken in the middle,
It's higher up.
and you're down in the stream bed.
Do you mind if I'm
But-
back up here then? Because I'm otherwise.
Well, everyone else went there, so why don't you?
All right, I'll join the rest.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah. So you optimize your armor and prepare your boots to leap away should the need arise. Okay. Right. Over here, the half giants clamber down the gully wall, which is 20 feet. And this group of them make their way across to the far side in preparation to clamber up. These two hurry to the edge of the bridge, and these three similarly move themselves into the gully and onto the far side. This takes their entire round and all their movement, because they're half giants. Right. No one is on ground level, so the Wraithly Crodley riders are unable to act. They one of them kind of gallops down here, one of them gallops there. They're giving off high-pitched, irritated, keening noises, frustrated at being unable to make contact with any foes. Portek, your spell goes off.
From evil, 10-foot radius.
Which from evil 10-foot radius. Okay, nice. Okay, tick. Held action or not? We're at the end of the round.
Oh, yeah, I'm just let's see. I can't really do anything against these creatures unless I'm using my sword, so I'm gonna just hold until they come close enough for me to hit them. And if they don't,
okay,
then
right. In your position up there, it's not likely any are going to be able to reach you anytime.
Is there anything going on the far side of the wall over here?
No, beyond there you can see it's a 2 or 3 miles distance before the walls of Akarakle.
And do I see any sign of Constantine?
No.
Perhaps we all leave and go to the far side. I scream to the others.
Okay, right. Constantine, end of round. Darkness has engulfed you. It is not simply the darkness of the fallen night or the closed eye. It is the very essence of oblivion itself. An unending, infinite blackness that you have been deposited in. For a single brief moment, you see your companions. You see the ramparts. You see the walls of Akarakle. You see Athas itself, as if through a thick glass, separating you from it, as if you were on another part of reality, indeed another plane. And then the crippling cold engulfs you. You can feel it working its way into your bones. You hear a noise, hissing, whispering noises from around you. And somewhere in the distance, if a black infinity can have a distance, you see glimmering bluish lights moving towards you. What do you do?
I really can't do much of anything because I'm a bird. So I guess I will turn back into a man. Otherwise, there's very little I can actually contribute.
Okay, you return to mortal form. The cold begins to bite into your bones. Death is near. Initiative, everyone, please.
Okay.
Half giants. Okay, Bingle Bangle.
That is, what does that say? 8.
8. Portek.
5.
Tick Tick.
15.
Okay. Matthias.
5.
Ra.
3.
Nice. And Tin.
10.
Okay. Right, Ra.
Okay, so you said that they are climbing up.
Yeah, those the half giants that are all in the gully are going to be up on the other side of the gully this round.
Okay, so they're going away from us then?
No, you guys are here. And these guys are going to climb up this wall here and onto this area here.
I'm having like optical illusions. I thought it progressively got further down. No, it's a dip and then it goes back up. My brain is not working right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, imagine this is a big moat in front of a castle
Yes, that I see it now. I idiot. Tick Tick suggested that we just leave, correct?
Yes.
wall. He did.
Wait, what are we going to do? Fight them all?
Yeah, but I'm worried about where Tin's at.
Enough talk. What are you doing, Ra?
All right,
Kill the
I'll
big thing.
I'll take Tick Tick's advice because I actually don't see the threat. I don't know what's going on. I have movement, I think 12 because of the boots.
Yes, you do because of the boots. Yeah.
How far will that take me?
Each square is 10 feet, so 12 squares.
Ooh. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will grab Bengal unless Bengal resists.
No.
And
Never.
Should get about here actually.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so from that tower, there's a stairwell down there on the far side.
Okay.
Bingle Bangle can direct you toward it. You can actually also clamber down this rubble, but that's a little trickier when you can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you snatch up the halfling, and with him directing you as he has so many times in the arena, you make your way forcefully across the wall to one of the towers and prepare to descend. Portek and Matthias at the same time.
I point my ring and use my fire elemental to go there.
Yeah, nice. Okay, cool.
Tell it to attack the big thing. And I'm going to run, slide down the rubble and hide.
Good stuff. Okay.
And let it do its thing. I don't know what the attacks are on it. It's a level 12, is it?
What do you mean?
The fire elemental.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm
I'm
happy
just
to roll
checking to
for it.
see if I have a counter for it here. I do. Hurrah. There you go.
Ring of the Paragon Flame.
There's your elemental. Cool.
Compels you. It's a D HD 12. So, do you want me to roll with D20?
Plus 12 to hit. Yeah.
Plus L 12.
You only need a 4 or higher to hit.
14.
Nice. Okay.
No,
All right.
4, 5, sorry. What am I rolling?
3d6 damage.
15 damage. Nice.
15 damage. Okay, good. Right, there is a gout of black smoke pours out of the side of the shadow giant as your fire elemental drives flame straight into the thing's body. A creature of cold, it is immediately injured by the flame and briefly recoils back from the elemental, its eyes glaring around to see what entity has summoned this thing against it. But you, of course, have hidden.
Does it only take one attack, yeah?
It's one attack around. Yeah. Portek, while this is happening, what are you doing?
A quick rules question. Protection from evil gets dispelled when you do a melee attack. If you cast a spell, that's not considered a melee attack, correct?
Unless the spell requires you to touch someone, no, it is not.
Okay, so there goes a magic missile straight into that giant.
Okay, nice. Give me damage for that, please.
Yep. On it. Here we go. 16 points of damage.
16, cool. The energies of the magic missile burn deeply into the creature, and you can see it seems to be injuring it with far more potency than a normal magic missile would. You can't immediately figure out why, but the thing gives off another shrieking howl, and more black energies pour out of it. Bingle bangle.
Yeah. So I'm up here on the tower with Ra now.
With
aren't
Ra,
I?
yeah. Yep.
So this guy here, can I shoot him from here, do you think?
With your
Raptor.
Raptor?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
He is armor class 25.
Is he now?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, good.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'm the DM. I say so. That's what
Okay,
it is.
great, awesome.
It
Yeah,
is.
cool.
I like it.
Yeah,
Roll.
good. I am rolling.
Oh,
This shitty thing.
36!
Yeah.
Nice.
Is he a large or a medium?
He's counted as large, actually, on account of him being like this weird, ghostly amalgam of man and ghost lizard.
I'm doing
how much
many
is that?
damage.
10. Good stuff. Oh, is this one, right? This guy here. Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Take him out.
He'd like that.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner, nice drink, maybe a walk in the park. Good. No,
No,
the magically enhanced bolts given great energies by Raptor streaks clear through him, and the Crodley rider gives a howling shriek that comes from both the voice of the rider and the voice of the beast itself, two voices screaming in unison. Constantine, in the depths of shadowy darkness, you, as I say, the cold bites into you. You take 26 points of damage. That leaves you on 22. What do? You cannot survive another round of this. You're almost certain of it.
It's looking around, I don't know. It's all blackness. Can I see through this glass, or?
It's faded away. It is an image that you had as you were brought here. But now that you are here, you can no longer see where you came from. You can feel it. You can feel the pull of Athas. You can feel the pull of the world. And by that, deduce that you are not in the world.
All right. Well, I got no spells that allow me to traverse planes that I'm aware of.
Buy yourself time, heal yourself.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can
Because
do.
I am a kind and a generous dungeon master, is there a 5th level spell on your list called Plane Shift?
I'd have to see if I have a 5th level spell called Plane Shift.
5th level Cosmos, I believe.
Yeah, I'm currently, and if I was smart enough to set them up based on that, yes, I do have a 5th level spell called. It's way down in a tab I never use. So I can attempt to plane shift, but let me. I have to check to see what the increase in my turn will be. So I don't know what my initiative is at the moment. Okay, no problem. Turns out I didn't add all the features to it because it's something I didn't think was going to happen.
That's completely fine. As I said, I am kind and generous. I will grab that information for you right now. Casting time is 8.
Okay, so I go on an 18.
And it's automatic. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Not quite sure where the inspiration comes from, but could I perhaps not plane shift out of here? You think to yourself. And I guess then you start casting as well. At the same time, in the material world, the foremost of the injured Wraith Riders demonstrates his spectral ability and rises from the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me check his movement right quickly. 6, yes. 7, and then comes hurtling along the wall. You don't hear it, Ra, but perhaps Beguile's sudden intake of breath alerts you to the rushing charge of this strange spectral form, and it streaks towards you. The rider half of it stabbing with his blade, the Crodlu half snapping with jaws, and many, many claws. Only the rider can reach Bingle Bangle, so he's going to take a swipe with his blade straight away. He attacks at a +6 because he's not super high level, so he's going to need a 15 or higher. 6. Bingle Bangle, you lean back on Ra's shoulders just as the Wraithly blade fails to connect with you, and a foot or two lower than where you are, the Crodlu unleashes a flurry of spectral attacks against Ra. Likewise, +6 on the attack, and for Ra, it's going to need, again, 15s or higher. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. Right, you take, that's not a lot of damage. 11 damage from a snapping flurry of strikes from the thing. These incorporeal attacks bypass the stone skin, unfortunately, but they don't deplete it. You're on 138. That is not the worst of it. Its touch brings a sapping weakness that floods through you.
Oh no.
As it pulls at your life energy. You lose 2 points of constitution. Your maximum hit and current hit points drop by 9. Max is now 140. Current is 129. As it feasts upon your very essence.
So that makes my constitution 16.
Makes your constitution 16, yeah.
Does it change anything else?
Everything else, all constitution-related stats, but we can get to that when we need to. Okay. Similarly, the other one rises airborne, swirls around, and comes homing in toward the next figure it can see. And unfortunately, Portek is subjected to all attacks.
Portek has a protection from evil 10-foot radius around him. Does that help?
Yes, that gives it a -1 on its attacks, I believe.
Okay, -2.
Double check for me, please, while
yes,
I roll.
I will.
At present, it's going to need 12s or higher. There's a natural 20. That's a miss, and that's a hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. A bunch of 1s. 6, 7, 8 damage only, Portek. From the incorporeal touch, puts you on 59 hit points as the chill energies wash through you. However, you find yourself losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of constitution. Puts you down to 12 con as it just sucks the very life energies out of you. That is double, so plus 2 times 9 is 18 hit points drained. 49 is your now max, and 41 your current. You stagger backward, chill to the bone, as the Wraith Rider glares down at you, the Crodlu head snapping angrily in your direction. And Tim begins casting. The Shadow Giant, fleeing the touch of the fire elemental, rises, swoops up, and nestles itself on top of this tower, glares down straight towards Tick-Tick.
I was holding my action.
18 to hit.
That was from the last round, remember?
Oh, that was last round.
18 hit.
Yep, it does. Give me damage for that, please.
Oh, 15.
Nice.
What
Fire
is
elemental slashes at the thing as it hurtles away. Yes, Carl, what was that?
sorry, what is the square in this map? What's the range?
10.
10. Okay.
10.
Am I within his 10-foot radius circle?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
If you want to be. The
Yes,
map is
yes. If I can
fine-
benefit
fine
from that
scale
plus,
enough for
yes. Please let me enjoy some.
The Shadow Giant lashes down for you. Tick-Tick, your armor class is a crazy 29, so he needs 15s or higher to hit you. First attack, 12. Second attack, 8. You dodge, weave, duck and dive, and duck and dodge, and it fails to connect a single attack against you.
Hooray!
In the ensuing moments, the half giants clamber up the wall and lumber over to the base of the rampart here, and
We need to
also
leave
down
now.
here. These two half giants come charging forward and engage the fire elemental. Plus 12s to hit from them, 2 attacks each. First one, 19 and a 1 hit. Second one, an 11 and a 2, 1 hit only. So the first half giant slams at the fire elemental, dealing 6 plus 6, 12 points of damage. Normally, it would take magical weapons to hit this thing, but the half giant is in fact a powerful enough opponent that it can nevertheless hit creatures that can be hit by plus 1 weapons. 12, let me see, what's the average? 12, 5, 60 hit points for the for that, and it takes 12 damage. The half giant, the fire elemental wavers slightly, but does not back down. Constantine, you are still casting the freezing energies, crushing deeper and deeper within you. Tick-Tick.
I'm going to. Can I reach the big dude?
You can easily leap up toward him, and in fact, he's kind of flowed half down the side of the building and is slashing at you with his great shadow.
Right. So can I just attack him?
Yep.
So
you can punch him right in the throat.
Right. I'm not trying to leap onto the roof. I'm just trying to jump up straight and then, kind of slash at him. And it's a 2-handed attack.
Yes. Okay.
Armor class
Othan's flame
28.
strikes home. Yep.
And it's a large creature.
Okay, and we'll add
8 damage.
3. We'll add another 3 to that because it's powered up because the creature is cold using, so it becomes plus 4 as opposed to plus 1. Okay, so you do 11
yes.
damage.
I just want to verify if Othan's flame doesn't do anything else.
No, just increased damage.
Okay. Right, and then once I've hit it, I'm going to use my rapid retreat, grab Portek, and jump off the wall.
Nice. Okay.
Am I casting a spell still or not?
I don't know. Are you? If I see him casting a spell,
I thought I was, but
what was the spell?
I was casting is this the round where I cast the magic missile? Am I confused here?
This is the round you cast the magic missile.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, as far as I know, I'm the last in the round.
Okay.
Yes, you are. Yeah, Portek, you grab hold of the dwarf, and the pair of you spring.
And I can jump
here.
50 feet.
Okay, so that's here.
Yes,
Okay,
I want
nice.
to get it
and
as
plucked
far
out of
away from the
harm's way,
wall.
Portek. Yes. So all right. So let's say off in this direction, right there.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right, you land just shy of that boulder on the flat ground inside the outer wall of Akarakle. The Crodlu and Wraith Rider gives a high-pitched, ululating shriek, denied his prey. Tin, your spell finishes, and your connection to Athas becomes a brilliant, vibrant golden strand wrapped around you that drags you back into the world. Place yourself anywhere you like on the battle map.
Then you appear here.
I was about to say, wait, am I? Yeah, the fuck I do. I was like, no, I was wondering, am I still in the air or am I on the ground?
Anywhere you like. You can have control over that.
Let's see.
Technically speaking, you can go anywhere on Athas you want, but I would expect you'd like to be with your friends. So.
I would probably.
I'd like to have a bath.
Probably appear about here, down the end.
Can't believe Othan's flame only did 8 damage.
I knew it was under me
Where
when I
are-
was flying over top, so it makes sense I would appear where I assumed they would be.
Okay, cool. Can you ping yourself? I'm not seeing you on the map.
All the way at the top of the map, all the way past Ra and Bengal.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Sorry, I had to scroll up there. Good. Okay, Inish, guys, please.
Dooby doo.
Shadow Giant.
Dooby-dooby-doo, where are you?
Raids on a 3. Gosh. Okay, right. Bingly Bangly.
I got a
What's it gonna
10.
be? Portek.
Rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5. Tick.
11 with Othan's flame.
11. Matthias.
8.
Why did Sean Connery say
Ra.
that?
8.
Also. And 10.
4.
Good. Okay. 4. Red's going a 3. So this one presses its attack against Bingle Bangle and Ra. Bingle Bangle, 15 plus 6 is a 21. That is just a hit on you.
No, it isn't. Armor optimization. 31.
Oh god, you've gone full defense. Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Sucker.
Worth it.
Worth it.
I did the same thing, so you know as well.
Yeah, but you don't have his acrobatics, so your armor class is 21. So 15s or higher. 11, miss. 12, miss. 4, miss. 17, it's not the level draining one, thankfully. And the final attack, a 2. So only one nasty cold hit. Sorry, not level draining. 2 points of damage as the Wraithly Crodlu rider is unable to get any proper attacks through. No yummy con stats for him. Where's the other one?
I ain't got time to
good.
bleed.
Ain't got time to bleed. He hurtles down onto the inside and continues his attack. He's going to split it between Tick and Portek. Okay, Portek. 12. That's going to hit armor class 18. Portek, you're 18. And then from the Crodlu...
Oh, wait. He has the... I guess a -2, right?
A miss, yes. So that's a miss, and that's 17. Is it -2 or -1? Did you check?
-2, yeah.
Good. So the 17 is also a miss. And that's a miss as well. Nice. And then against Tick.
20, 31. I'm standing.
Good luck. No. Right. You leap, dodge, avoid, and with the
Bob and
protection that's afforded you, Portek, by your spell, 2 of the attacks fail to connect. Outstanding. 10.
Seeing Bengal, and Ra in front of me, I I'm just actually at this point holding to see what happens to them. I'm far enough away that I'm relatively safe in
Gotcha.
my opinion.
Portek.
Portek casts. Is the other boy there already or not? The big boy, no, eh?
Yeah.
He still has an action.
Yeah, he's going on a 10 actually.
Okay. And we are at what? At 5?
You're on 5 now, yeah.
I will delay my action. So the end of the
Okay.
round.
Right, gotcha. Okay. Half giants use their action to climb. Down here, these 3 likewise clamber up onto the wall. Slow, ponderous lumbering, and yet they manage to arrive. Now the fire elemental has 3 half giants on it.
You survive, you hear? You stay alive.
2 hits. 1 hit is 3. And okay, 4 hits in total.
They get burnt
What's
when
this?
they hit it.
8. They do, but 8d6 plus, what did I say, 4 plus 24. 10, 20, 28 plus 24 is 52 damage. Had 48 left, and the poor fire elemental is torn from existence. They do indeed take some damage there. 10 points each they've suffered over the course of their brief interaction with the hapless elemental. But it has been sent back to the elemental plane whence it came. And that moves us up to Matthias and Ra.
I will charge down here. So that's 1, so 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to stab this creature in the back twice.
Stabby.
17 and a 16.
What are you stabbing it with? Star Metal Dagger, gotcha. Okay. The Wraiths are armor class 25.
God.
Yeah. So, your blows have failed to connect.
And then I am going to step back behind the rock and fade away.
Outstanding.
Fade away.
Ra.
Okay, so I am going to. Got one person who's on me currently. I am going to attack them with my Latulis. Are they medium or large?
Large. Okay, your first blow with the Latulis passes right through the thing.
Oh. What about the others?
If you want to continue with the others, it's a direct hit.
I don't have a magical weapon.
Great sword, haven't you?
You've got
Bastard
the brand
sword.
of Nikolos.
I do have a brand of Nikolos. Wouldn't it be an action for me to change my weapon?
No.
Oh, okay. I will swap to the brand of Nikolos then. I think I
take one swipe with the brand.
Yeah.
And that's a hit.
I do. Drum roll. 16 damage.
All right. I know how you feel.
And
I feel hamstrung.
and then I'm going to use the boots to hop away from the encounter without taking an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
And then
okay, cool.
And then if I have movement, I'm then going to run my movement away.
Okay, no, the leap will is your movement. And what is it? Leaping 30 feet, is it, with the boots?
I believe so.
Just quickly, welcome to the Raiders. Thank you very much for the raid, Riley Hobbit. Much
Hello.
appreciated.
Oh, welcome.
Claire.
Movement 12. Well,
Raiders, hello, Raiders.
We're in the middle of getting our butts kicked, so enjoy that.
I'm not. I'm doing really well.
Okay, well, you're not, but that's great. Good for you.
Okay, so Rai, you leap safely away with the power of your boots. The Wraith, badly injured by your attack from the brand of Nikolaos, glares down at you from the battlements, but you can see it's spurting ephemeral energies in all directions, and you know that another blow will almost certainly kill it. Shadow Giant. Gods. Okay, it unlooses itself from the top here and just sweeps right down towards you, Tick-Tick, unwilling to let you get away.
This is when I start casting.
I get +2. It gets -2 to hit me because of the.
Yeah, it needs 17s or higher to hit you, and it gets 9 and a 4. Its face contorted in a rictus of fury as it's unable to make its attacks land against you. Frustration filling the thing. Okay, what's your casting time, Portek?
4.
4, so that's going to go off on a 14. Bagal.
Yes.
I'm 11, right?
I am
11. Bingle Bangle's on a 10.
Yeah, I've been
sorry.
taken down here now on the other side of the wall, right? And we're all running away. I get is the gist. Brave
Yeah.
Sir Robin, right?
Brave Sir Robin, yeah.
Yeah.
We're very
So
brave.
yeah, as I'm sort of running back, I might as well take a shot at this last guy. Yeah.
The raptor, yeah.
Sorry, my character sheet's loading. It's very slow. Right. I'm gonna use one of my. Oh no, that's initiative. One of my magic bolts as well. Because why not?
Armor class 40. Holy crap balls!
Wow.
I think that was a nat 20, so max
Good.
damage.
Yes, max damage. Okay, right.
Which is for the
Yes.
magic bolts 1d8 plus 1. Right?
Yeah, it's against large. It's
More?
D10. The maximum is 13 damage.
Okay, well then 13 then.
Yeah, 13. Yep. Okay, don't forget to knock the magic bolts off your
Yeah,
sheet.
I
There's
have
a little
been.
counter for that. Good. Okay, and you just kind of back over your shoulder. It's almost like you're not looking. Fuck! It takes the wraith straight through the head, and its entire body, rider, Crodley, all of it comes apart in a welter explosion of ectoplasm. Gone.
Nice.
Slain. Okay. And Tick.
I attack the big thing.
The Shadow Giant. 2 attacks
The
around for you this round.
Yes, and I'm going to thwack at it. Where is?
I love all the descriptions. That big thing, I'm thwacking it. Very good.
It's a
I shall-
professional stream,
Professional, guys, yeah.
Yeah, 2 solid hits. Good.
Good. That's 1, 2. Come on. Yes, better.
30 damage. 30 plus.
30 plus.
What did I say?
6.
36. Right. Okay. Its form begins to waver, starts to come slowly apart. It gives
Okay.
a desperate, shrieking yell.
And then I do the repeat action of what I did before. I pick up Portek.
He's casting a spell, and you'll disrupt it if you do this.
Oh, shit. All right. I'll
Need him to
protect
die.
him. No. I'm
Sorry,
a guardian.
I didn't say
That's
that
what I
right,
do.
did I? Okay.
That's what I
Yes,
do.
you are. That's what TikTok. Okay, you stand your ground.
I
Portek,
raise the blade in a threatening manner, and I. By the way, can I? While I'm holding the defensive posture, one of my free hands is going to grab a flask
Yeah.
of oil from my belt
Ooh, yes.
and
Good,
throw it on
all
the
right.
ground. Can I do that with a free hand? Because I've got 4 hands, and I'm only holding it with 2.
No, that'll be that's a full action to grab it and drop it. But you have it ready. Portek,
But
you're
he's got
spelling
like
yourself.
7 million hands.
They're like high-fiving each other.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
I think that's called clapping,
Portek.
but whatever.
Close your eyes, Tick.
Okay.
And Portek unleashes a little green seed, which then centers in between the Shadow Giant and the Wraith, and bursts out in a brilliant flash of greenish white light with blazing golden rays, and a sunburst maximized does both of them 36 points of damage.
Woo! Right.
No save.
Outstanding.
That's awesome.
36.
And this is the point where Tic-Tic realizes he doesn't have eyelids.
You can close your nictitating membranes. The Wraith is completely shredded by the explosion of Sunburst. The Shadow Giant, unfortunately, does not appear to be damaged at all by it. Worse, it's not undead, no. And what's worse, the brilliant explosion of light lends the shadow more definition, and the injuries that it has suffered across its body heal. Shadow Giants are healed by sunlight and similar spells.
Oh, nice. Lesson learned.
Yeah, well done,
Tim,
Paul.
you have
I look at him like, I just...
Tim, you have a held action, or we're moving to the next one.
Oopsie.
You're muted.
You can jump now.
All right, Mark. Right here where I'm pinging on the map, I'm assuming the guys in the southern.
I'm going to take my
No,
move.
The guys south of where I'm pinging, they're not able to see the side I'm on. Correct?
That's true. Yes.
I will move my
I'm
my
taking
distance
move
to
move
here,
away, by the way.
and
Yeah, Yep.
I will return my shape to that of the rock.
Okay. Kaka. Cool. Okay. You become once more a monstrous rock. Good stuff. Inish, guys, please. This is going well.
For who?
Says who?
Passing bard. Shadow Giant is rolled really badly. The Wraiths are both dead, so it's just the half giants. 7, 8, and 10 now. Okay. Bagal.
3.
3. Portek.
I rolled a 9, and I'm bringing that down by 3 because I give my 1d6 inspiration.
You're using it. Okay, good. Right.
So-
Tick.
6.
Sorry, hold on. I was rolling the wrong... 9.
I see a 9 there. Okay. Matthias.
7.
Ra.
9.
Okay. And Tin.
8.
You guys are all before the bad guys. Outstanding. Bagal, go.
Oh my god, I'm first. I never get to do this.
You
Yeah, not much I can do though, because since we're all running away still. Although I think, can I take my action to get down to these guys with like an attack still?
So
that I can at least try and help them sort of.
So from
leaving.
here to here,
Yeah.
that would be that'd be a
Too
full
far?
move for you, and you wouldn't be able to attack as well. So
Okay, can I go maybe halfway and shoot from there?
yes, yeah, yep,
Okie
absolutely.
dokie. That's what I'm doing. And it's with the raptor. So what do I have to hit with this one?
This guy's armor class 14. No, 16. But I
Okay,
just need to
I got 23.
check some. Yeah, cool. Where the hell's the raptor in here? There it is.
12 damage.
Okay, is this with the magic bolts or the?
Mhm.
In fact, it doesn't
Mhm.
matter.
Oh.
The bolt hurtles straight through the creature out the other side, and then shatters against the stone behind it.
Ugh.
So that's with your raptor is a +1 and the bolt is a +1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a total of +2, and even that's not enough to injure it.
Bogus.
Which gives you an understanding of how potent this creature truly
Yeah,
is.
guys, we should dip. This is not good.
Speaking of which, Portek.
Portek throws a magic missile at the shadow giant, and then looks expectantly at Tic-Tic to jump him out of here.
Give me damage with the magic missile.
The nerve!
points of damage.
18. Okay, cool. As before, you have the impression that the magical energies of the magic missile are hurting this thing worse than before. And it kind of looms over Tick-Tick straight towards you. You feel that it's going to be getting a bit handsy fairly soon. Matthias.
Question. I've got a +2 weapon. I've also got bypass resistance. Does that make it a +3?
No.
It doesn't, no?
It overlaps, doesn't stack.
Okay. I can't do anything, then I'll just run and follow the group.
Okay.
I run and hide.
As you wish. And Tin as well.
Right now, I just saw Bengal run. It looks like moved away from Ra. So I'm holding to see what Ra does, and then I will go.
Okay, Ra and Tick-Tick are next.
Okay, I'm going to.
I've gone off the map.
Wait, you said that dropping the flask is an action, right?
Grabbing it and dropping it would be an action, but given that
But
you
I've
already have it
got
in your hand,
yes.
dropping it was not an action. No.
Okay, now could I drop it at the end of my at the end of Othan's flame, so it shatters over the flame?
Yeah, adding
Fire to the oil.
Fire, you mean?
As in, I'm not going to try and hit the thing, the giant with it. I want to basically create a sudden burst of flame and use that as cover to run, basically. So I'm going to
sure, yeah.
You know, and obviously I don't want to get any fire on me either. So
of course,
So basically, it's just a distraction to kind of keep that thing from following us directly, and then. Shatter it on the thing. Do I need to roll for anything, or is that?
Nope, that's perfectly fine.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Okay, there's a bright of fire. You actually see the shadow giant briefly recoil, and then you are springing.
And then I grab Portek and run as fast as my legs can carry me.
Okay, good.
And that's my full movement rate, which is 18.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So 18 squares.
And then I guess I just run off the map because.
Oh, so to the west, to the east, in the direction of the fortress.
In the direction of the fortress, yes. And I'm doing this, I'm yelling, "Follow me!" to the companions who are across the battlefield.
Okay, 18 squares off the map. I will make a note of that.
Yeah.
I would have gone 15, by the way.
Matthias, you've gone 15.
Yeah.
In that direction.
Alright, I'm gonna run over here.
Okay, Ra. Yeah.
15. Grab Bengal, and then similarly also run over here. So Bengal would be next to Portek almost.
Yes.
Man, I'm just getting hauled around like a sack of potatoes today.
Listen, you're a baby, and I need to protect you.
I'm not a baby. I'm 27.
Mark.
Okay, so the guys who are not on the map, I'm just going to.
The question is, how many squares can I fly? On this map?
What's your movement rate as a rock?
As a rock, give me 1 moment, please. 1 moment.
520, 12.
48. 48 on
48.
according to the rock.
So
rock
that's
sheet.
48 squares. Matthias, Portek, and Tick-Tick, I've put you on another layer, but you're in the distance that you were supposed to go.
Okay.
Ra, you're actually at that spot on the map, yeah? Or have you run off as well?
I only went 30 when I should have been able to move 12, so I would have kept going.
Another 9. Okay, so you guys, I'll put you on another layer as well for now.
Layer.
And Ra, 9 squares in that direction. Gotcha. Good. Okay, so Tin, what do you do?
Well, they're not on this layer anymore. I was going to say, I will fly away from this wall and start picking up my companions and start getting the hell out.
So you can grab who's it going to be? Okay, Tick-Tick is actually carrying Portek right now, so you could conceivably grab Min, Max, and Matthias with your claws.
Easily, yeah. I will grab them and take them further away from the battle.
Okay.
Wait
Alright.
for us!
Tick, you see.
Jump on top of him. Jump on top of him.
Maybe I can. I don't. Can I? Can I jump on top of it?
The shadow of the rock swoop in, grab Matthias and the gladiators up in his claws, and then go sweeping over you.
Don't you have like wings or something,
yes,
Tick?
You can get across. Yeah, they're just for show.
Oh, lame.
If I can do a dex check, yeah, I'll do that.
You know what Daddy Longlegs are like? That's what Tick-Tick's like.
Yeah, that's boring.
Yeah, good roll. Okay.
Oh, nice.
And Portek, once more you are airborne.
Boing.
As rock sweeps in and Tick-Tick's like boing, and lands neatly atop. You gonna do the wing noise?
Yeah.
We
Did you not hear it?
I couldn't hear
didn't.
that. It didn't come through.
Couldn't hear
Didn't come through.
Okay. And fled you have the field of battle.
Yes, we are heroes.
Behind you, it attempts to follow, but when it gets a short distance away from the walls, you can see the shadow giant begins to slow, kind of flinches, turns its head away, unwilling to give pursuit. The closer you get to Akarakle, the more it loses the stomach for the fight, until finally it simply throws its shadowy arms wide and howls its frustration at your flight. Whatever awaits in the fortress of Akarakle is certainly enough to fill this creature with fear.